It's go time, everybody. Oh yeah, it's go time. Get the draft night in here. Let's get Robbie's camera fixed.
You got it?
I'm getting it.
Getting it? We got it? I wonder if the Dolphins are going to, or the Bengals are going to trade out of that spot.
I couldn't tell you. Okay. All right, frame you in. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we are set.
Okay. Get rid of that. Okay, got draft order. Best remaining. Okay. Should probably bring up the live draft itself on ESPN.
Probably.
.com, huh?
All right, so share. Share now. All right. So, what's up, everybody? It's Brady, it's Robby. We're doing all this kind of fun stuff here. We're just getting our pre-show together here. The draft goes live in about 20 minutes.
Lots of different prop bets we're going to take advantage of. Lots of different prop bets, actually. All right. Let me bring up a couple pages here. There we go. Now we got that up.
All right. Save. Boom. Okay. So, what we're doing tonight. Yeah, it's me and Robby, so there's a high chance there's going to be a decent amount of consumption, but...
It's a good word for it.
Yeah. It's a professional word for it.
Great word.
So, all right. How are we looking on everything here?
Just quick recap. Top 3 picks, Jacksonville Jets, San Fran.
Yep.
Jacksonville Jets look pretty set on what they're going to do. Everything starts to get fun at the 49ers.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep track of our picks. If I guess one right and Robby gets it wrong, he has to take a drink. If one of our bold predictions, well, our big bold prediction comes true, the other person has to take a drink. Other than that, tell us what you think is going to happen. We got on the clock, so every time a team is up, we got recent picks. All right, let's see here. So write Robby down here in the notebook because I don't want to take up any more processing.
Yep. I've got a notepad file up on my computer too that I'm keeping track on.
Oh, sweet.
So I got that all taken care of.
Okay.
Anything we're the same on just goes down as a tie.
We both take a shot.
Yep. Let's do it that way. We both take one.
All right. So bold predictions. So I'm going to go first here.
Yep.
My bold prediction. And like this is like the stupid kind of prediction that gets me viral on social media if it comes right. I'm going to say the Broncos will package Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock with the Vikings and flip firsts for Kirk Cousins. I just think it makes too much sense. They're going to flip Teddy, going to the place where he loves. George Payton's right there. Lock it in.
All right. So mine isn't as wild. It's kind of something that's been happening a lot in the last couple years with quarterbacks late in the first round. I think somewhere towards the end of the first round, somebody is going to jump back in and grab Kyle Trask. And I think it's going to be a team that thinks they are pretty close on offensive talent. That just needs a team that can complement him.
Thinks they're pretty close.
Thinks they're pretty close. I'm not saying they are.
Who would that be? Like, okay, so we'll say at the tail end of the first round, maybe the Packers now, since apparently Aaron Rodgers wants out of Dodge. I don't know.
The Packers could be very likely. Steelers are another one. I think that potentially you could be looking for Big Ben's replacement, and with some of these teams in the second round early, like the Jets and the Falcons, maybe the Eagles, if they don't end up snagging a quarterback early in that first round, they're going to be looking to get one in the second round. Especially if you look at the Falcons. If they don't end up taking, whether it's Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, whichever out of those three, there's definitely potential they're going to be looking to get a quarterback in that second round.
For sure. So, yeah, we'll see here. Yeah, I got the recent picks. Oh, hey, Brady Elhart, thank you for liking and sharing the stream. If anybody wants to like and share the stream, that'd be cool too. So this is kind of a little dabble here because we will be doing an NFL podcast on Real Cool Games this coming season. So we'll see if people like this, if they think we're stupid. Well, I know they're gonna think we're stupid anyway.
There's a lock on one of those things.
I was gonna say, yeah, the over/under on stupid is pretty solid. Let's see here. I'm just gonna bring up my ESPN top 100.
What was I looking at? Also, if there's any cool bets that people come up and want to see and want us to talk about, whether it's over/unders on where people are gonna get drafted, how many players on each position.
Yep.
And you're looking for whether it's lines, we can get you what the lines on them would be, kind of give you guys ideas of what Vegas is at least thinking on some of this stuff, and kind of how certain players are slipped. Well, we've got a browser page up for that and ready to go for you on there too.
Okay.
Because currently I'm down $19.48 to Las Vegas.
So I should win tonight, is what you're saying. Got it. Okay.
I had a good day on some pull tabs though, so
yeah. And then you'll have a bad quarter on pull tabs. Okay. Where's the top 100 here? Best available.
I've got best available.
There. I'm gonna keep the best available up for my picks and just call it from there.
Yep.
So, okay.
Question for everybody: Do we think Devontae Smith slides?
Where was he projected at in like Mel Kiper's last one?
Initially, early on, he was expected to be the first receiver off the board.
Now people are saying Jalen Waddle or Jamar Chase, though.
Yep. Now people are, and even before that, Kyle Pitts probably sounds like he's coming off before any of those guys do, even at tight end.
Oh, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I thought he was going to happen with that regardless.
And I think Kyle Pitts.
He's a franchise changer. I mean, he's a faster version of Gronk.
I think he's a generational tight end. He's a can't miss pick.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, it's just who's going to throw to him. Like, are we talking about Falcons taking him and then not taking Matt Ryan's replacement, or what? So we'll see.
The interesting thing with the Falcons is everybody you kind of talked to lately, Julio Jones has kind of been a problem in the locker room.
Yeah. So I mean, would Kyle Pitts basically be that receiving replacement? So yeah, yep. That's hard to say. But who knows? We might get a trade. Okay, what are we gonna do for trades? Just take a big drink every big trade.
Big. I think every trade is a shot.
Oh god, I'll do half, a little one. I'll do a little.
Yeah, you don't have to go big time.
I'll say I got 2 kids, including a baby, so can't go that crazy.
I have no kids.
Yeah, I know.
Except for myself. So.
And nice self promo, wearing the sweatshirt.
Oh, all the time. Never let it down. If you guys are ever looking for a good time, hit up any Zorbas. 11 locations in northern Minnesota.
Shameless.
Also own 5 different restaurants called Alternative Concepts. Serve great lakeside food.
Well, just keep going. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick while you do a self promo.
Oh, I can self promo all day long. So, kind of some other fun stuff we're gonna do here. We're gonna do some I've got a bunch of prop bets up through all the different various gambling sites. If you guys have any questions on any of that, let me know. We can get you guys some cool odds. If you guys want Brady and I to maybe just take some bets on different ones that we would potentially disagree on, turn into some little mini games off of that. If you guys have any other kind of just weird questions or weird stuff that you think we should know about, or any rumors that you guys have heard about, because we've obviously got some different browser pages up.
Yeah.
Whether it's ESPN, Sports Illustrated. And Sports Illustrated actually has been pretty on top of a lot of this stuff this year. This is probably the best year they've looked at actually following things.
Really?
Yeah, that's where Sports Illustrated was actually like the first one to break the San Fran third pick to the Packers package.
I thought that was PA. I thought that was Mr. Paul Allen.
Paul Allen broke it in Minnesota, but SI put it out.
Nationally. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they've actually been some cool one. They've got, if you guys are looking for like kind of an interesting rumors page, Sports Illustrated has a great one right now about the Saints potentially trading up, Baltimore and Cleveland maybe moving up.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a player I'm interested. 2 players I think we should talk about, or that I want to talk about, that are going to be really interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
One is going to be Caleb Farley, the cornerback from Virginia Tech.
Yep.
He got COVID, so he obviously won't be at the draft.
But there was also some like off the field stuff that got talked about, didn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of off the field stuff, and what a lot of people haven't heard about, he's had 2 back surgeries since the end of the college season already.
Oh, since the end of wow, okay.
Yeah, and so a lot of teams are like, he's kind of slid from like that 10 to 15 range and is just slowly kind of sliding down due to injury concerns. And Micah Parsons is the other one I really think is going to be interesting.
Micah Parsons, I don't think he makes it past 16. I really don't. He's just too good.
And I think part of it is just kind of that flux of all the offensive players that people are scared that are going to be off the board are just kind of jumping in front of him. But any team outside the top 10 that gets him is going to be ecstatic.
Yeah.
It'll be like last year the Vikings with Justin Jefferson. You can't get that sheet of paper up to the podium fast enough.
Yeah. Nick in the chat going, yikes. Yeah. Speaking of which, I mean, there's 2 Minnesota guys here, 2 Vikings fans here. If they sit at 14, and we'll say AVT or Darisaw is available, Micah Parsons is available, or Jalen Phillips is there, are we expecting them to do the smart thing and do offensive line, or what Zim wants and just keep going defense? Because that was their entire offseason.
Both of those wouldn't bother me at all. Obviously, being a Vikings fan and having a history of being the worst offensive line arguably ever to play football for the past 10 to 15 years.
We'll say generationally bad offensive line.
What I think a lot of it depends on for us at 14 is who's available at quarterback. If Trey Lance or Justin Fields or either one of them are available, somebody's going to be banging down the door
and it's going to
try and get one of those guys.
And Zimmer's going to be on the other side of the door saying no defense.
Yeah, and it might just kind of be a matter of who in the office wins out on the war of attrition, basically.
Yep. And with the Broncos now taking Teddy, I think Trey Lance falling to 14 is all that much more likely.
No, I'm definitely with you, and especially, I think with Justin Fields, everybody's just a little nervous, especially since he came out with the whole he's got epilepsy.
Work ethic. Oh, yeah.
And that'll scare some teams just because that's the nature of how drafting is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some people freak out over little stuff like that. But I think...
Do the Patriots say screw it and they don't take Fields and they take Trask?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other thing that it might be kind of crazy if...
Nick, Vikings defense is on the field too much because the old line is like the Red Sea half the time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. The other thing that wouldn't really shock me at all is Devontae Smith sliding to that spot.
And if we go 3 deep, I'm fine. We don't need O-line because we can get the ball out in 2 seconds.
You can get the ball out quick. That's kind of the way I look at that one. But I think realistically, our most likely picks, assuming Rashawn Slater is going to be gone, the tackle from Northwestern, you're looking at Vera Tucker from USC. I would hope Kwity Paye would be there.
He will be. So the whole thing with Kwity Paye now is Jalen Phillips has had like 19 concussions. So like people are saying Kwity Paye is going to be the first edge rusher taken now because they're too scared about his brain. Like why would he take the guy when he can't even fish out his rookie contract?
Exactly. And the part of the other reason I kind of like the Vikings to trade back a little bit is Spielman loves to be able to either pick up that 5th-year option on a really good deal, like he's done with, like he wanted to do with Hunter, but Hunter just went crazy and started just smashing everybody.
Yeah,
or he likes to restructure before that 5th year, so you can get him on the cheap on that restructured deal. That's why that
example Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, that's why that trading back wouldn't really shock me if they did go that route.
Yeah, I think it's all going to depend on who is. I mean, if the majority of the first 13 picks are all offense, the value is going to be on defense, and then I understand taking an edge rusher or something like that. But if it's a mix, like we'll say Surtain and J.C. Horn and stuff go early, then like that Darisaw or AVT will be there. Like, I don't know, we'll see.
I think, obviously being a big Vikings fan, I like the position we're in. We're going to have options. You know, we have enough needs where if the draft goes offense heavy, we still need something on defense. If the draft goes defense heavy, all of a sudden, you know, with Micah Parsons and a couple of those DNs coming up, that just means Rashawn Slater or Vera Tucker are going to be there. I don't think we're in a bad position at any point in this draft at all.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of a bad problem to have still. Like there's so many weaknesses on both sides. Like, all right, you're just putting the link in Discord for anybody that's in our thing that wants to come watch. There we go.
Another team, like for me, like obviously I'm a big Vikings fan, born and raised in Minnesota, but something a lot of people like, I don't even know if you know this, like I'm a massive Chargers fan. Love the Chargers, have since I was a little kid. So
that's me with the Broncos. So it's we're both NFC North, AFC West guys. So they're another team I'm really interested to watch. Like last year, I was really not upset that they drafted Herbert. Paid off.
And I'm obviously it worked out, but I was really nervous because they had such a terrible offensive line. That I hate seeing quarterbacks that could be ultra talented go to teams with really bad offensive lines.
Yeah. Like
that's part of what makes me nervous, you know, about like a Trevor Lawrence or a Zach Wilson right now. It's you guys have all the talent in the world, but look what happened to Joe Burrow last year. It's off, you know, hotter than a bottle rocket in the summer.
And then bam, knee blows up. Almost got Teddy Bridgewatered. Yep.
And that makes me a little bit nervous about some of these quarterbacks.
I mean, it's like that's why you have to draft a mobile quarterback at this point. So it's just like I'm not quite sure what the idea is, or a bad wide receiver. Yeah, like Nick says. I mean, a good quarterback with nobody to throw to. Horrible stats, which means horrible year, and everybody thinks he's a piece of crap. Sam Darnold, he was throwing to Robby Anderson behind a bad offensive line. He could have been better. Who knows? We don't know how Sam Darnold's gonna be.
Sam Darnold threw 42 interceptions.
I know you told me that earlier today, but he had Adam Gase as his coach too. So like he didn't exactly come into a good situation. So hopefully he rebounds in Carolina. Okay, so what are some of these odds that we're gonna do? We got 5 minutes.
Some of the fun ones we talked about. I like the Trey Lance one is a really interesting one. They have him going plus or minus 6.5. So if anybody doesn't know what that means, they think it's either is he going to go basically before 7 or after 7, or before 6 or after 6.
You want to write these down?
I've got my page up right now. I've got them all. So right now, Trey Lance, the odds are at over 6.5 or plus 190. So they think he's going before pick 6 right now.
Basically, so is he going to San Fran or not?
Yep, it's basically, is he going to San Fran or Atlanta? So those, like, and they basically, what Vegas does is they put these picks on linchpins that are going to change the draft. So Trey Lance is one at 6.5. Another one is Penei Sewell, the tackle from Oregon, and they've got him at 5.5. So if Cincinnati doesn't take him,
the only way Cincinnati doesn't take him is if Kyle Pitts is still available. Only, like if Atlanta takes Kyle Pitts, then they take Penei Sewell, and then like that's what's gonna happen. So, so do you want to write down? Should we make a few picks here since we only got like a few minutes?
Yeah. So I like.
No, Trey Lance goes number 1.
We don't joke about that here. P.S. If anybody watching this, if the Vikings do take Trey Lance at number 14, and my camera cuts out, don't be shocked. Don't anybody be shocked for a second there. So I like that one. I like Trey Lance over 6.5.
So okay, you're saying he'll make it past? Okay.
I think he'll make it past pick 6.
Do I think the 49ers are going to take him?
Or the Falcons, possibly.
I just don't see. Like,
I don't see the Falcons thing. I think it's more like you are with the Niners. I think it's more about the Niners.
Yeah, because I think Matty Ice has too much money left on his contract. I'm going under. I'm thinking the 49ers pick.
Okay. So let me get that one.
Jaguars going Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Isaac. I mean, yeah, they're going Trevor Lawrence. I think that's the only reason Urban Meyer took the job is so he could get Trevor Lawrence. Speaking of which, good old Timmy Tebow might be a Taysom Hill Swiss Army knife coming back.
Kind of interesting to read today.
Where do we see Dylan Radins landing? I'd probably guess late first round. So who would that really boil down to? Maybe the Steelers even, because they lost to Villanueva.
I think, and you and I have talked about this, I think Radins is going to be a stud.
Like if for some reason Zim can, if dream scenario here, Vera Tucker at 14, or you trade back and get him at like at 17, 18, or whatever it's going to be. Yep. And then you can get back into either late first round or early second and get Radins too. That would be, we're fine. Offensive line set now. Baltimore, Green Bay, yeah.
That I kind of like is, where did we go here? Cornerbacks drafted in the first round.
Okay.
Over under 4.5. And we all know how important the passing game is now. So people are always reaching on cornerback.
So obvious ones, Horn, Surtain, and then like Farley. That's like the big 3, right?
Those are the big 3. And then you got Asante Samuel Jr.
Has to be second. I'm going under on that one.
You're going under?
Yep.
Okay, we don't disagree on that one, so let's leave that one.
Surtain or JC Horn? Isaac, who's your team? Dallas? In the YouTube chat, Isaac's talking about getting Surtain or JC Horn. And whichever one of those the Cowboys don't get, probably the Broncos get.
With Dallas, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I'm a little bit more of a fan of J.C. Horn than Surtain.
He's longer, isn't he? He's like tall. He's like lankier. Yeah.
And J.C. Horn's just a little bit stronger. It looks like.
he's probably that big outside the numbers corner instead of a slot.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me a lot of like kind of a cross between like a Cam Chancellor and a Richard Sherman. Like
I was gonna say, he's more Richard Sherman than like Chris Harris. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You know, like he'll be, and if you need him to cover like with these hybrid tight ends, like J.C. Horn and Kyle Pitts was actually a really fun game to watch. You guys watch Florida play South Carolina because they had J.C. Horn on him a lot because he's big enough and strong enough to cover these kind of hybrid guys, like the Vikings Irv Smith and Travis Kelce.
Pre 2017 or pre 2018 Xavier Rhodes, basically.
Yep. And you just have to be able to do that now.
Yep.
And that's just why I like him more. I think he's a little bit more versatile. I think Surtain's probably got better ball skills and has played against, you know, I mean...
He's more of the ball hawk or whatever.
Yeah.
I still think Surtain's going to go first.
I think Surtain will still go before him. I'm with you on that one.
Okay. I'm bringing up my picks here.
All right. NFL draft.
Okay.
until this starts, are there any players you're not completely sold on that
are projected to go first round?
Outside of Trey Lance, because he's obviously boomer bust, and everybody kind of knows that, being from NDSU.
Yeah.
That floor is ultra low, but that ceiling is going to be ultra high. That's your typical small school.
Mac Jones.
Are there any Mac Jones?
Mac Jones is a statue. I don't trust him going to short of the best offensive line in football. I'm not sold on Mac Jones.
For me, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way. And Trevor Lawrence is an elite level talent. Like, he's that good.
But where's he going?
He's going to Jacksonville and Jacksonville is number one for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Did they do anything in the offseason? Like
very little. I can't think of anything important.
So we can say he might get them 2 more wins, maybe, and then they'll be 3-13.
Yeah, and what kind of makes me nervous about Trevor Lawrence, and it's through no fault of his own, he's never had to play on a bad team. And with quarterbacks, I like a quarterback who, if you're going to be the number 1 pick, it's different if they get you in the 3rd or 4th round. If you're going to be that number 1 pick or top 5, what have you ever done to elevate a team? Like, Clemson was good before he got there. They did just fine when he got hurt, and they're going to be just fine without him.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the whole like Kirk Cousins thing. It's like, okay, he's a good quarterback. Has he ever elevated them enough to actually win? Like, okay, a couple of comebacks here and there. Yeah, okay, against like Broncos a couple years ago, but nothing of no. Oh, almost when they got blown out by the Jaguars last year too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like he's come back in Seattle, and yeah, he made that dime to Adam Thielen in the was it divisional round 2 years ago, whatever it was, and they won that game. And that was great. I mean, he's made some good throws, and he's a good, not great quarterback. Problem is he's being paid like a great quarterback, and you need to be able to elevate your team. Where do we think Justin Fields goes? Everything's pointing towards Denver at this point, if they actually take a quarterback. Especially if they do my bold. Okay, so let's recap bold predictions here. My bold prediction, and if I get it right, Robby has to take a shot. If his comes right, I have to take a shot. That the Broncos will package Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater and flip firsts for Kirk Cousins. And if they do that, I still think they take Justin Fields, if he's available.
I think Justin Fields is a big anomaly in this draft. It's weird because he actually reminds me a lot of what was happening with Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he started as like a top 5 pick, and all of a sudden you just see him slowly sliding down.
And I just can't wait to see if something actually happens with Aaron Rodgers tonight. Oh my gosh! If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be in the next hour because San Fran picks at 3. So
I think that might be the biggest story of the draft, right? After all this stuff, because we'd all remember that San Fran already had put together a package to try and trade for him.
But they mortgaged like their entire future just to get the 3 pick.
Yeah.
Wait, why couldn't they have just put everything they got together to get that 3 pick and then make that I don't know. I think John Lynch is huffing.
And I think the 49ers, this was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to them from last year. They had such a down. They didn't really have a down year. They were a lot like the Vikings were actually,
some injuries, some opt-outs, and then boom, down the pooper.
Opt-outs. You're in a tough division, I mean, Arizona's getting a lot better.
Jeez, Mel Kiper.
The Rams are always, the Rams are tough.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks are always tough. Like,
it's the division. I mean, short of like how the AFC West was supposed to be like 2 years ago, yeah, it is the toughest division. And I think, Robby, did you pour yours? Our pre-shot?
Oh, I just go right out of the bottle because I just moved into my new place. So I'm just living off of currently in my refrigerator right now. I have 22 cans of Busch Light left, and that's it in my refrigerator. So all my shot glasses and stuff are still packed. We're just kind of winging it for today.
All right, well, cheers to the draft.
Cheers.
Ooh, lordy.
For anybody who's ever tried it, wants to know, Busch Light guy right here, always have been, always will be.
Busch lattes.
Like I said, from Minnesota. Shot of the day for me is Screwball. It's peanut butter whiskey.
Ooh, nice.
Amazing if you guys have never tried it.
That's really yummy, especially chilled.
Yep, chilled is. And if you guys have any questions on what to mix with it, feel free to ask any questions on that.
Ask the bar manager right here.
And kind of back to the Justin Fields thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy I wasn't overly sold on for a long time. Like, I just saw a lot of things I didn't like. He tends to throw some ducks every once in a while. And had a tendency of not showing up in big games. Like this year, he had, I think it was 26 touchdown passes. 7 of them were in the first game.
Yeah, that's true.
And he really didn't show up against Northwestern and Wisconsin late in the year, and Indiana. But then when he kind of made me a little bit, I wouldn't say believer, but at least made me reconsider what I thought of him when they kind of just shellacked Clemson.
Yeah.
Like, he made them look really...
It was silly.
Really
and that's what made everybody start questioning if Lawrence was number one.
Yeah. So, I think it's just going to... Some team is going to fall in love with him. I think actually a better example...
There's no way he makes it past the Patriots, right? We agree on that?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think he kind of might be like a Tim Tebow deal where some team just loves him so much they're going to take him. And obviously, you're Broncos fans, so
that was a fun year. At least that was a fun year. Walk off on Pittsburgh in the first play of the overtime. Yep.
Then lose by 400 to the Patriots.
Still beat the Steelers. Yeah. So I think we're in agreement here. So it's gonna be Lawrence, and it's gonna be
Zach
Wilson. Yeah. I almost said Kyle Wilson too. And then number 3 is where we're probably gonna start going crazy here. So. So Chad, do you have any crazy predictions or thoughts on what you think might happen? Let us know what we're talking.
While they're doing that, what do you think is going to happen at 3?
Is the trade actually going to happen?
Yep.
I want it to happen, but I'm not necessarily saying I want the Packers to have the number 3 pick either. Actually, then it doesn't matter if they don't have Aaron Rodgers. That's the Vikings. If they get rid of Aaron Rodgers, I guarantee that's the Vikings division. Now they just became the favorites. So, I'd say it's not. I'd say it's not going to happen now because now it's going to be the buyer's market, and they're not going to get what they want because right now Aaron Rodgers could actually at this point just say like, okay, I just retire at the end of this draft, and they don't get anybody or anything for him. I think he'd retire and go co-host Pat McAfee and host Jeopardy before he would play another down for the Packers.
Listen, I'd be on. If you guys don't like Pat McAfee, if anybody watching doesn't watch Pat McAfee already, as much as he goofs off during his podcast, Pat McAfee probably has better insider information than anybody because he's friends with everybody in the NFL.
And he knows the locker room.
Yep. He broke the Phillip Rivers to Indianapolis thing way before anybody else did.
And the Andrew Luck talks that what's his name asked him. So yeah.
Yep. Like Pat McAfee, it's a great podcast in general. You anybody who hasn't watched it, you'd love it. You'll laugh. It's a good time. But he's pretty kind of in tune with everything that goes on in the NFL. He's got a lot of friends.
Not to mention his live coverage last year of the draft was amazing.
Oh yeah,
with Angry Mel Kiper.
Yeah. Also, if you guys hear us addressing stuff, we're also streaming on 2 different platforms. So some people are watching in Twitch, some
3
people
different
are watching in YouTube
and Facebook.
And Facebook. That's right.
Yeah, multi-stream, bitch.
And so we're kind of just making sure we try to monitor all of them, see that we're helping trying to get as many questions asked, seeing if anybody else wants to jump in, offer any feedback to what they think. Just so you know, we're making sure we get to everybody. Norse Nick, you've probably been commenting the most on stuff.
That's the dude from. That's the dude's gonna be hanging out with our Extra Life stuff this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to know Norse Nick's. I want a prediction from Norse Nick. He's been in the channel before.
And Isaac, you've been here for the Warzone streams lately. Isaac and Nick, what do you got for us?
I'd like to know some other ones with those guys. A couple other teams I think that'll be really, really fun to watch. The Chicago Bears.
Yes.
It's not that I think they're far off, but I think they're desperate to land a franchise quarterback. Not as a team. I don't think the Bears players are too worried about it. I think
Nagy and Pace need their jobs.
They're going to do it to try and save their jobs. I wouldn't be shocked to see them jump. If Trey Lance makes it to anywhere past 10.
So they would be trading with who then to get that? Chargers?
Anywhere. Probably. Cowboys aren't going to trade their pick at 10.
Eagles.
Giants. I think you're looking at Giants, Eagles, or Vikings.
And the Vikings would do it. That's going back to, but it's in division, so they're going to take a king's ransom for the two jumps. because they know the Patriots are going to take him if he's there.
Yep.
Like, okay, we'll take your second, please.
Exactly. Like we'll fall back about 4 or 5 spots, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Get their first rounder, maybe get another second rounder, and we'd end up with the same player we wanted anyways. Get an extra draft pick back from that stupid Ngakoue deal that we made.
Dumb. Well, that's when they thought Daniil Hunter was going to come back from his tweak.
Yeah.
So
and Ngakoue looked good after game 1.
Yeah, and he finished the season as the sack leader for the Vikings, even though he played only 6 games. Like, that's some shit.
What's kind of shocking to me is that the Jags still haven't made that pick yet.
It just started. Now we're just doing all the fun intro band stuff.
If I was the Jags, I'd be like, listen, let's start this draft. We know we're taking Lawrence. Hand it in. We'll talk about some other stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to keep Twitter open just to see.
Okay.
In case any Laramie Tunsil type crap happens. First thing I open is Courtney Cronin, like the ESPN beat writer for ESPN. Yeah. People still listen to Kings of Leon because they were just doing the opening act on ESPN.
That's funny. First running back taken, is it going to be Eddie Enney or Najee Harris?
Whoa. 1043 The Fan, a Denver-based radio network, now says the Broncos are not in line to take a quarterback because they are close to finalizing a trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna put my Von Miller jersey on if that happens tonight.
Okay, so Denver's at 9, and they're close to trading with the Packers. So obviously, Green Bay is going to get the 9th pick. If this goes through, Green Bay is going to get the 9th pick for sure.
Yep.
They're not going to give up their first rounder.
No, I think
this is probably
where Drew Lock gets sent out too.
You're looking at Drew Lock and probably 2 first rounders right now. If this is legit.
Yep. Yeah.
That one came out of nowhere.
Or just flip firsts and here's Von Miller.
Yep. For the sake of me being a Vikings fan, please keep Von Miller out of this division.
Oh, very true. I mean, he's been injured. I mean, he hasn't finished the season the last 3 years.
Speaking of that, I had lunch with a friend of mine who's big Broncos fan. He's actually from Denver originally.
Ooh.
And he went back, and we were talking about some of the past drafts and just how good they have been. 2011, we went through the top 32 picks. And it's projected that there's going to be 14 Hall of Famers out of that first
It was
round.
a year. Richard Sherman put it out there, too. I saw that because Richard Sherman was 5th round, I think, in 2011.
Because 2011 was the year it was Cam Newton,
Von
Miller, Julio Jones, AJ
Christian
Green.
Ponder.
Yeah. Did
it. The only man to ever set a franchise back 5 years.
God, that was so bad.
Without setting foot on the field.
That was so bad. Yeah, what a guy. All right, fix that. There we go. Sweet.
We got here. That would be wild. That would be something else.
I would.
Let me see.
I don't know what I would do. I'd have to run to the liquor store and get champagne. Because imagine Aaron Rodgers versus Mahomes twice a year. Those are primetime games. It doesn't matter when they're played.
I got one for you. If the Bengals don't take, before we do this, any subs and stuff, you guys, everything we get is just donated to charity.
Yeah, well, none of the real cool game stuff is monetized yet, so don't worry about that.
Okay, so never mind. That's on our old stuff.
Yep.
But if in the future when we do stuff, everything we do is just for charity. We don't. None of this goes into our pockets. We just kind of do this for fun. We both have full-time jobs outside of this. All this stuff is just a great time. We live a couple hours apart. We get to talk to each other, talk with other people.
We play Warzone damn near every day and stream it almost every day. So yeah, hit that sub button.
If the Bengals take Jamar Chase, you have to donate $5.
If the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, you have to donate 50.
That's aggressive. I'll donate 5 though if the Broncos make that trade.
Okay. Jaguars are officially on the clock.
Broncos trade for Rodgers. $5 for you. If the Broncos pull this trade for Rodgers up, I'll donate $5 when we get.
Or how about this? If the Broncos make a trade for a veteran quarterback before their pick, Because then the Kirk Cousins thing also comes true, and that's $5 and you have to take a shot.
For veteran QB. And it has to be a veteran starter. It can't be like...
Yeah, it's not going to be Fitz or something.
Hey,
Man, I'll say, you know how much I wanted Fitz Magic to like back up Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaguars are on the clock.
And if you guys have any stuff that you guys think would be cool for us to be like, this would be kind of a cool thing that you think might be a swing pick where him and I would disagree. Because, like I said, I think like a lot of people are locked in at Sewell at 5 to the Bengals. I'm still kind of on the fence because a lot of people don't remember about the Bengals. They had 2 offensive linemen who didn't play last year. They had their first rounder from the year before who was hurt.
Oh, look at Sunshine right there.
And then they had a guy who opted out. So
how much do they value those people that didn't get reps in?
Exactly. And with Jamar Chase, the other thing that you have to take into account, you've got a franchise quarterback. You want to make him as comfortable as you can as possible. Who do you put him with?
Yeah.
His number one guy. And if Jamar Chase was the number one guy with Justin Jefferson there, how good? I mean, he must be unbelievably good.
Because, Justin Jefferson set those records.
Yeah.
With Jamar Chase still there. Okay, so my ESPN live stream versus the website, I got about a 30-second difference here.
Okay.
So I'll see it on the website before I see it on the live stream.
Let's see what this had. Don't care about that. All right, I gotta grab a couple beers, Brady. Keep everybody busy for a second.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, dude just bought a condo. Look at that fancy thing. So, like you said, this is kind of our starting point of starting to do more sports and football content. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit like, follow, subscribe, whatever platform you are on. We're going to try to multi-stream all of this. So yeah, don't worry about being on YouTube or being on Twitch. We hopefully, for the majority of our non-gaming stuff, you'll be able to watch it wherever you want. So we'll see how this all goes, if my computer blows up or not, at 8,000 bitrate to 3 different places. So now we're getting all the hype reels about Trevor Lawrence because the pick apparently isn't even in yet.
This is locked in. I don't think anybody.
There's no difference. There's no way. Like I'm not even gonna mark these down for these first 2 for points for us.
I don't, and honestly, I don't think this is kind of like LeBron going number 1 to Cleveland back in the day. That's how locked in this one is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what do we assume the Patriots are gonna move up? Is Cam gonna be packaged for any of that? You think?
I think. And actually, that's actually a really good point to bring up because they're paying him a lot more money than I thought.
$10 million this year, I think.
Yeah,
it was $1 million last year.
And he showed me nothing to say he should have been getting that paycheck this year. Absolutely nothing.
He showed enough to get paid, but yeah, I don't know if he was worth $10 million.
And he's not a Belichick guy.
No.
Let's just be honest here.
If you can't survive with Rivera, you can't survive with Belichick.
Yeah.
I could see him being more like a Andy Reid guy.
I wouldn't be very shocked to see the Patriots package him.
Maybe they'd have to move up a lot to like 8 or 9.
Maybe like to the Giants.
To the Giants or I was gonna say to Carolina, but no, that's not gonna happen.
The irony of that would be money. That would be awesome. I mean, I'd love it if they packaged him and went to the Lions because I'd love to have Cam Newton in our division and just watch him throw half a dozen interceptions every game.
Him and Goff have a competition.
Yeah. As long as you keep him outside the 5-yard line, he's gonna turn the ball over for you.
Remember what was a few 3 or 4 years ago when Adam Thielen had like 2 blocked punts for touchdowns and they sacked him like 20 times? It was great.
Don't be shocked if New Orleans makes a move.
They're going
to get up big. I'm talking into like the top 7 or 8.
But here's the thing: they're paying Taysom Hill $140 million. Only like 20 of that's guaranteed, so they can restructure it and all that kind of crap.
Yep.
But then they got Jameis too. So if they do that, they're really not sold on Jameis, because we're assuming Jameis is going to be the starter. There's no way Taysom Hill wins a starting job.
And the thing is, if you're jumping in, making that big of a jump. You're not doing it for a lineman, or you're doing it for a quarterback anyways.
Yeah.
And so I'd assume Jameis or Taysom would be part of that package to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, Jameis might be...
So we'll say it goes to... Well, they're going to have to restructure Taysom then, because there's no way anybody's bringing him in for 140 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be Jameis, because then you get to keep your little Swiss Army knife.
Yep. And Taysom Hill's a Sean Payton guy.
Mm-hmm. He only works because of Sean Payton.
Yeah, Taysom Hill, this isn't anything personal. I like to watch him play. He does a lot of cool things, but...
Yeah, he almost wrecked the Vikings in that game.
Yeah. He's not a quarterback in the NFL.
He's Tebow. He's a tight end that can throw.
Yep. I said it's not a bash or anything. All right. Cop hits. Jacksonville, you're really breaking my balls here. Should be an easy pick.
Ad revenue.
Right. Good. We don't run any ads, though. We don't need that ad revenue.
No, for them.
Right? For them. Jalen Waddle. Who do you think goes first? Jalen Waddle or Jamar Chase?
Depends what team picks him. I'd say...
Because we'll just go assuming Sewell Cincinnati takes Sewell. It's going to be between Chase and Waddle.
So who would that go?
The next pick after that is the Dolphins, which makes it even more interesting because
I'd say Waddle if it's the Dolphins.
Tua has played with him.
Yeah.
And
he played with both of them.
Okay.
Oh no, you said Jamar Chase. That's right.
Yeah. And
I was looking at Devontae Smith. I'd probably say Waddle still.
And, obviously, Dolphins are going offense, right? We agree on that.
Yeah. Trade back or offense. Their defense is fine.
Who do the Jets have to throw to anymore?
They don't have Robbie Anderson. I know that. Hey, who are the Jets receivers?
I feel bad for Zach Wilson this draft. Really bad.
Corey Davis, Keelan Cole, Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder, got it. Only guy that they have to throw to.
Basically. No, Corey Davis is serviceable.
Well, Corey Davis,
and they got Josh Doxson.
Corey Davis is going to get you 180 and 3 touchdowns, or 3 yards and no touchdown.
Mm-hmm. And 6 drops.
Yeah, it's just one of those deals. He's kind of like Christian Kirk is.
True.
Kind of like that.
Let's see here.
Let's see what else. I'm kind of just fascinated by some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A couple of drafts have the Patriots trading up to 11 with the Giants to get Trey Lance.
Yep, I've seen that.
So that's kind of an interesting one. I don't think that the Giants would make that trade.
No, they wouldn't. Well, I guess different conference. Okay, pick is in. Yeah, we know.
Let's just get this over and move on.
Yeah, let's get to the fun stuff. Get to San Francisco and Aaron Rodgers being traded. Speaking of which, I got to refresh. Let's see. Nope, nothing else yet.
Okay. What do we got on? Is Isaac still here?
I don't know.
Do I?
Either way. Come on. This is the boring part when we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
FCS Player of the Year. Yeah, we know.
It's in the tap, man. Jacksonville acting like they really need more than 1 minute to get the selection in.
Okay, it did go official. Jacksonville did take Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
It did get locked in.
Yep.
Assuming obviously we're assuming Zach Wilson goes to here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think anybody disagrees on that.
Right. So will this auto update, or do I have to refresh this?
My online one auto updated.
Okay, I have to refresh it every time. Okay. Whatever. That's fine.
no shocker there. Trevor Lawrence. We all know what he does.
Yeah, sunshine.
Probably the most hyped prospect since Andrew Luck. I think it's a fair assessment.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't.
Or Johnny Manziel.
Which one's he gonna be is a question.
Yep. All right, gotta change this on the clock. Where them Jets.
I want him to be good. I really do.
Yep.
I hate when the NFL has teams that are 1-15.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like seeing that.
It's not fun.
It's not good. It's not good for your brand, you know. Like,
and then those fans never see a primetime game. They never get to have that kind of hype.
You know, and
I mean, when's the last time we saw a meaningful Broncos game in primetime? Maybe a Chiefs game last year.
And it's mainly are the Chiefs going to win to secure home field or something like that?
You're there to watch Patrick Mahomes. You're not there to watch the teams. So it stinks when that happens. And I should say that because I haven't had a winning Bronco season or a good Bronco season since the Super Bowl. Wait, trade? Wait, what? What did this have up on ESPN?
Oh.
No, there's no. It's not. There's no way.
Okay, that's locked in. I don't have anything coming up yet on their website.
Yeah, I think it was a weird graphic they just had up. It looked like they traded to, or they were maybe speculating trade to the Panthers.
And this is one, now that you say that,
they could trade
shock me that much.
This is the one that they could trade back.
Yep, because
and the Panthers take Trey Lance at 2, and then the 49ers go with Zach Wilson at 3.
And I think what's the Carolina's coach? He's a guy from Baylor. I can't remember what his name is. Matt Rule. Matt Rule likes quarterbacks who can move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So this would make sense. And it's all about him. Are they going to be scared if Trey Lance isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where I think Trey Lance is a little more valuable than Justin Fields. Is Trey Lance can scramble.
Mm-hmm. That's his selling point. Is you don't need. That's also the selling point for the Vikings because you don't need an absolutely stellar wall of an offensive line when the guy can move. Kirk Cousins, statue, can't move. So you need a better offensive line for Kirk Cousins. And if Trey Lance is there at 14, I think they take him. Or the Patriots are calling and we get their second round pick.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Trey Lance, something that I was kind of shocked about was he's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
He's as tall as me, but he's, actually in shape.
Round's a shape.
It's more like an egg.
Yeah, he doesn't look that big on the field.
It's the same problem with like an NBA game. You wouldn't guess that Steph Curry's 6'4".
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's something you watch a couple of his runs. He's not afraid of contact.
Mm-mm. But that's what got Cam Newton where he is now.
Yeah, that's where it kind of makes you worried though too. Is
he's bigger than most safeties. He'll still get knocked out by most linebackers.
Yeah. And that's kind of what has made me nervous the most about him. Is
can he play for 15 years?
Yeah, and with any of those small school quarterbacks, the speed of the NFL is just wildly different than college. Mm-hmm. Wildly different.
Like comparing NDSU to like Alabama, I mean that happens every single year. Yeah. But okay, you have a very mobile quarterback that likes to run. Okay, he's not getting hit by people like Jamal Adams in NDSU. So
exactly, that's a great analogy. Like
he's getting hit by SDSU. What's his nuts? Like that's it. So,
and for those of you who don't know, SDSU is South Dakota State, not San Diego State. So
yeah.
Just make sure everybody's on the same page with the SDSU that we're talking about.
Yeah. Still not in. So yeah, it's gotta be Zach Wilson. I mean, there's no way this doesn't happen. I'm just so we have an even 32 points marked down. I'm just gonna. Okay. We both got a point for Trevor Lawrence.
Got that. Man.
I need to change what I wrote down. I said Broncos to Vikings. I just need to say Broncos to veteran quarterback.
Yep.
Okay. And the odds for Trey Lance were at what pick? 7?
6.5.
Okay.
So basically, is he going at 6 or is
6
he
or
going past 6? And really, what that's saying is he going at 3, or does
or 4 maybe,
or 4 potentially 4, or does that free fall just start?
Mm-hmm. If that starts, here come the Patriots.
Yeah, because especially if with Carolina trading for Darnold, they're kind of on the fence. Are they going to take a quarterback? Or are they not going to take a quarterback?
Yep.
I personally think they're probably going to take Rashawn Slater to just see what Darnold has.
Yep.
Like, give him some offensive line. You know, you got Christian McCaffrey.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what Darnold can be in the NFL because he hasn't been in a system that can, actually show what he can do.
So I think they'll go offensive line. Yeah, everybody heard that.
Should have got the you betcha guy on here.
Go to Upetchapalooza at the DL Zorbas every summer.
Jeez.
I think that's where the free fall of Fields and Lance will start. Is if they
between
get past
4 and 8.
Yep. If neither one of them go there, one, I think either they both fall minimum to the Vikings.
Minimum, if not to the Patriots.
Not to the Patriots.
There's no way that any of these top 5 quarterbacks make it past the Patriots. I think that's the general consensus.
But I also think if they get to the Eagles, because the Giants, I don't think they're done with Daniel Jones yet.
No, Danny Dimes has shown flashes. I mean, just give him some more weapons.
Yeah, get him some weapons. Get him a little bit of an offensive line. Mm-hmm. Get him Saquon Barkley back.
That's the whole thing too. Zach Wilson, official.
Yep. Fun fact: did you know Daniel Jones has run faster in an NFL game than Lamar Jackson has?
I believe it. Oh yeah, it's like 21 miles an hour, and that was the touchdown. That's when he snowballed.
Yeah. Loved it. One of my favorite plays. I was at the bowling alley actually watching it.
Okay, here it is. This is the 10 minutes now. 49ers.
Anything happens here.
What happens?
One drink. Okay. Whatever you take, I'll take the opposite here, okay?
For a drink?
So, yep, for a drink. Whatever you take. I don't care if I agree with you or not. If I agree with you, I'll still take
I'm saying everybody says Mac Jones. Let's wait till we see if the pick is in. If the pick is in, then I'll make my call.
If it's a trade, it's a wash.
Yep. Then we both drink.
Okay. If the pick is in, who are you saying it is?
Trey Lance.
Okay. I'm taking Mac Jones. Now, this is one I think we're on a different page anyways. So.
Yeah, this is where points are going to start splitting.
Yeah. And I just gave us each a point for the last one.
Me too.
The last 2.
Yeah, it's 2-2. Just so we have an even 32.
Yep. Okay, so...
All right, let's check. I'm checking Twitter here.
Yep. And here's where, the biggest thing with Trey Lance, higher ceiling than Mac Jones, way lower floor.
Yes.
And then with Mac Jones, you've got this floor that's ultra high.
Yeah, but
he's never gonna do anything to hurt your team. But he's also not a guy who's gonna come out and be like a Drew Brees who's gonna throw for $5,000 and 45 touchdowns.
He's Teddy. He's a smart player. He's not gonna do anything to screw it up. But he's Teddy Bridgewater, just a taller, maybe more athletic. I shouldn't say more athletic version. A taller, stronger version.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of like a poor man's Russell Wilson. It's kind of how I think it would be a good analogy for him. A little bit smaller.
Diet Russ.
Yep. That's kind of how I would view him. And he's kind of like the thing that I remember too is like he kind of falls in that Trevor Lawrence category. Has he ever played with a team that isn't that good?
Has he ever withstood a tough time?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a big old thing of Diet Mountain Dew right here. If I really start falling asleep.
If I start falling asleep, we're in trouble.
You start falling asleep, I'm yelling into your ears. All right. I mean, it still says 49ers are on the clock.
So the one big plus with Mac Jones that like all the NFL scouts fell in love with is he throws an unbelievable deep ball.
Yes. Yep.
He's like might be the best deep ball thrower we've seen in years and years and
Since
years.
Kirk Cousins.
His completion percentage on balls thrown with 20 yards of airtime is 77%. Which is those are like mind-blowing numbers. That's crazy. And I mean, obviously it's a little inflated because Waddle and Devontae Smith are always so freaking old.
They're separate. You can never overthrow them. Even Josh Allen probably couldn't.
Yeah. So, and actually, I kind of feel like Trey Lance is a little bit more of an enigma than Josh Allen is. Actually, I think his ceilings. He's more of a boomer bust than even Josh Allen could have been.
True, but I think his floor is actually a little bit safer than Josh Allen's was.
I could see that.
Boomer bust, but the floor was a little bit higher. Like, you could probably for Trey Lance, like if he throws for 150, you could probably get 100 on the ground too. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be weird. Now watch, he gets the Lamar Jackson treatment and like falls all the way to like 27. They're still on the clock.
Do you think Lamar Jackson is better than Trey Lance?
No. As a total quarterback, no.
Okay.
Because I think Lamar Jackson got really exposed this year. And yeah, he still ran for a bunch.
I'm with you, by the way. I'm not a Lamar Jackson fan.
Yep. Why are they like flashing all these trades on ESPN? Because it didn't happen. They're saying like potential trades. Like all the Mel Kiper trades he was forced to start doing because he never did trades in any of his mocks before this.
Did he have any coming up?
He had to because they had Todd McShay start doing them, and then basically those were getting more clicks than his drafts with no trades.
Okay.
Yeah, Mel Kiper started doing it finally this year, 30 years later. I'm just going to bring up the Pat McAfee one on a separate window to see if Angry Mel Kiper's still there.
Is he going right now?
Oh, yeah. Hey, nobody leave our channel, I'm just saying. Yeah, Pat McAfee. Yeah, okay. He has a little bow tie on. That's the beauty of YouTube is you can have a bunch of different things open at once. Mac Jones. He doesn't look like he got a phone call.
Okay.
Justin Fields doesn't look like he got a phone call. His family's not happy. I mean...
So this is pointing to Trey Lance. And this is where I was kind of nervous. Like, I think Mac Jones is the safer pick. But I don't think the 49ers traded up.
This is a Shanahan offense.
To not take Trey Lance.
This is a Shanahan offense. He needs mobility. He needs those bootlegs. He needs somebody who can extend the plays a little bit.
Zone blocking scheme, a lot of stretch plays.
So did you say Mac or who'd you say? Pick is in. Oh, so no trade. No trade.
Okay. So I think it's going to be Mac. That's who I'd go with.
Now watch this Justin Fields.
But ultimately, you don't trade up for the third pick to not. You're taking somebody who can change your franchise.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
You don't just trade up for a solid third.
Yeah, they're not trading up for Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell, I could see that.
Watch that actually happen.
If they traded up for Penei Sewell, I'll take a shot.
I'm down for that one. That was just one of those weird days.
Yep. If that completely throws a wrench in the whole draft. That would completely change everything I did.
Yeah. That would definitely mean Trey Lance falls to the Vikings. Or Justin Fields, one of those two.
Dude, I love AJ Hawk, by the way.
Yeah. With his cigar.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen if Angry Mel Kiper is there or not.
I haven't seen him on there yet. Man, Pat McAfee's got 131,000 viewers. We've got 3.
Yeah.
Gotta start somewhere.
Exactly.
Maybe I should just get Pat McAfee outfits. Should I just throw on a wife beater and a black bow tie and just go for it?
Yes.
I don't have them unpacked, but I do have both of those. So if you guys ever want to catch us on stream,
if we start getting big enough, and if I can ever convince Robby to do more than just the occasional event, then yes. If you want me and him to do a Vikings podcast, we'll fucking do it. I don't care.
If you guys ever want to see some questionable decision making, you're talking to the right guy.
Because the beauty of it is, he works at night. My job is very fluid during the day. So a lot of the time when we're playing Warzone, he's usually who I'm playing with. Oh my gosh, where is this pick?
Mm-hmm.
Pick is in. Trey Lance. Nailed it.
Fuck. Sorry. Oh yeah, we're on YouTube. I can do that.
Dude, we're on. I don't care.
We're on everything. So Brady gets a point for that one.
Yep.
I gotta take a drink, right?
Yeah, I am too, but no. You take 2 drinks.
Okay. I'll go big. I'll take a big gulp here.
There you go. Big gulpy. So
This
now,
changes everything.
so now, if the Falcons went quarterback, that would have to be Justin Fields.
Yep, because I don't think any of these teams
No, they're not taking Mac Jones.
are interested in Mac Jones.
Nope.
Because Mac, like for the Falcons, I think this is easily Kyle Pitts coming up here.
Yep, this is Pitts.
Because Mac Jones is just Matt Ryan 2.0 for them. They're going to view him the same way they view Matt
He's
Ryan.
just a cheaper. Yeah.
Yep. Bengals obviously not taking a quarterback.
That's
Dolphins,
Penny Sewell guaranteed now.
The Lions, I think the Lions are where it gets interesting next.
They got paid off. I don't know if they're gonna do a quarterback.
I suppose they're on the hook for most of his stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why they got all those first rounders.
Yeah. So Lions will probably go. Man,
To me, Miami and
Mac
Detroit are when it gets really interesting. Like those are prime trade targets, especially if Justin Fields is still on the board.
I don't think we see a quarterback at best until
Broncos.
Carolina.
Oh yeah, Carolina probably.
Potentially Carolina.
Yep.
Okay. Let's refresh that on best available. Dude, everything is just exploding right now. Like everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
Like my social media, my Twitter just went ham.
Oh, we do have Angry Milk Hyper, by the way.
Yep. Oh, he got up. Yeah, I saw.
I'm just gonna watch that all tomorrow.
Okay.
This is taking my bandwidth. I'm just gonna watch it all tomorrow.
Pat McAfee has been right on every pick so far.
Has he?
Yep, we went 3 for 3. He had Trey Lance.
So have I. Where's my 100 and some thousand viewers? Jeez.
You're not wearing a black tank top with a bow tie and non-prescription glasses.
No, instead I have a Mario RPG painting right behind me, which is even better. Greatest game ever. Changed my mind.
Which Mario game, by the way?
Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars.
Ooh.
One of the last games to come out on Super Nintendo because the N64 was already out.
I was a big fan of Mario 2.
Oh, TJ's in the chat. Sugar Tree.
TJ, zip it.
TJ, I'm up on a point. Up a point on him now.
TJ, quit being a homer because you live in Fargo.
He thought they were gonna go Mac too. We talked about this the other day.
Yeah, he's just being a homer because he's psyched up because he loves NDSU. No, Carson Wentz is a bum.
He's gonna blow it up in Indy this year, though.
He's gonna throw. I think he'll throw 30 to 5 touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
But he's still gonna have a ton of interceptions. He just throws interceptions.
But they're gonna win a lot more games because this is the same OC when he was having his MVP season.
Yeah.
Before that really weird tackle that blew up his knee, even though it looks like it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
How's Duke?
Duke Johnson?
Why you ask? Who's Duke? 35-30. That's your prediction for him. With that defense, that still wins more games than it loses. Indy easily takes the AFC South this year.
I don't know, man. Tennessee is just tough in that division.
People are starting to get the read on them. I don't think so. That's getting stale.
You don't just have the read on Derrick Henry.
I mean on starting like formations and stuff. They're all starting to get used to it. Oh, I gotta refresh.
You need grown-up men to play against Derrick Henry in the AFC South.
Yeah. Like I have 60 pounds on him. I don't think I could bring him down.
And with him, with the Titans in that division, it's just if you need to be able to, your offense has to be so good to keep them off the field. Yep. That's why Kansas City was able to beat them. Their offense is so good that they took Derrick Henry out of the game immediately. That would be like watching what Derrick Henry does to defenses.
It's embarrassing.
Like it's not. It's like watching an adult play a tackle football with a 7-year-old. Like he honestly threw Josh Norman
like 4 yards,
with one hand.
Yep.
Like, as a defense, you're never ready for that. You have no answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, love it. Avid supporter. So what is taking? I just want to know what's taking Atlanta so long.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So here's the thing: Pitts, or do they go receiver because they're trying to ship off Julio? I don't know. Is this Jamar Chase?
If they take Jamar Chase here, I would bet you that they try and package Julio with something else to come back into the first round later
for sure.
on, and get like that could easily, if they take a wide receiver here instead of Pitts, this could easily be one of those trades where they get back late in the first round and it could like be that Trask or like the Lamar Jackson, Teddy Bridgewater type of trade where they get him.
It'll be the Packers then. I think they ship him to the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right, because who are they going to get at 27? I mean, if they still have the 27 overall, I think it's 27. If they're not shopping for Aaron Rodgers' replacement, so they better give him some toys, or at least get Jordan Love somebody to throw to.
I still think the Packers are going to make a move to deal Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. I do too, but I don't know where now. If it's not the Broncos, the Patriots. It's Broncos, Patriots, Raiders. Those are the only 3 chances.
What do you think about players essentially holding teams hostage like this? Because this is starting to happen more and more in sports now. But you look at basketball, you look at football.
Way more prevalent in basketball, obviously.
Obviously, way more prevalent in basketball. But you saw with Deshaun Watson trying to force his way out. You're obviously, clearly, Aaron Rodgers is trying to do it now. Like,
Ekaterina, thank you for the follow on Facebook. Appreciate that.
What are your thoughts?
I think when there's 2 different scenarios here. One, you have the holdouts for a new contract. So, i.e. like Melvin Gordon or something like that. But if you're Aaron Rodgers and you've played for this franchise for, what are we going on, 15 years? Something like that?
Yeah, 12, 15, something like that.
And they constantly just have not surrounded you with any talent, and you've carried that franchise for more than a decade, he has that kind of leeway. Obviously, Kirk couldn't do that to the Vikings. I think Kyle Pitts, lock it in.
Yeah.
I think for players of that caliber who have given them all their success, yeah, I'm totally fine with it, because at a certain point, like if we were super upset, like if Zorba's kept giving you crappy, like wait staff and bartenders and stuff, eventually you just leave to a place that's going to offer you better stuff. I mean, granted they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, but I think sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not.
Here's kind of my thoughts on demanding a trade or trying to force your way out. I have no problem with it, but I think if you're doing it, and part of the compensation should be is if you're doing it, you get your contract is null and void the instant you go public with it. You are done getting money from that team. You have
put a clause in there. So even if so take away your guarantee basically.
Because you've and that's okay that they want out.
And Aaron Rodgers is not guaranteed any money at this point, so I think that's why he's doing it.
And that's why, and I think it's smart for him to do it because he doesn't have any guaranteed stuff right now. And so, like, you look at Deshaun Watson, he just got that monster deal.
And now look what's going on.
Now you want out.
Yeah.
And you're handcuffing your team because they know the other teams know you want out now. So they're not going to offer a ton. They're not going to give you the compensation you should be getting for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, okay, you can demand your trade, you can go public with it, but we're done paying you.
Mm-hmm.
You're officially nothing to us until we trade you.
Yep.
We don't have money tied up in you. You're just going to sit in street clothes every day the rest of the way out.
So just put a clause in there that as soon as you start going on Twitter about it,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you lost all of your leverage in the negotiations.
Exactly. You know, like
A no tweet clause.
yeah, right. That should be in every professional sports player.
That should be in every professional anything.
If you're past a certain position in any any job ever, you just can't use social media. I'm definitely with that.
Okay, Bengals here. So are you picking Jamar Chase, or is that just your
I just
prop?
it has to be Jamar Chase now.
For me, it's Sewell. I'm picking Sewell.
I mean, obviously because the only other option is if Pitts had been there, it'd been him or Pitts.
Yep. I'm saying because their first round pick from last year got his knee blown out because he got hit too hard. They're going protection.
Yeah, and then that's to me that's like that knee jerk reaction. And I'm not. This is one. If I'm a Bengals fan,
I'm not heartbroken about this at all.
I'm not upset either way they go
because they lost AJ Green. That's the only reason I would think receiver.
Yep. And any draft you saw that had Atlanta taking quarterback, Sewell was immediately out of the question for the Bengals. It was Kyle Pitts right away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Jamar Chase is good, man.
He's very very good. But at what point do you draft like fit over need, or no, sorry, skill over need?
Yep. Best player available versus best player for you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The big drawing point was Sewell, and I can't remember if it was 0 or 1. In the 2 years he started in college, I can't remember.
One sack.
I
think it was. I think it was 1. Because I don't want to say 0 and be wrong.
I don't care the level of your competition. I don't give an F who it is. You played it, and you have an offense that throws the ball all over the field.
Mm-hmm.
If you give up only 1 sack in 22 to 24
at LSU when you were throwing 60 to 70 times a game, or no, I'm sorry, Oregon. I was thinking of the Joey Burrow stats.
Yeah. As Sewell, if you only give up 1 sack in, like I said, roughly between 22 and 24 games, depending on bowl games and Pac-12 championships, those are unfathomable numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Sewell's like, was it Taylor Lewan who was the last this guy's just a lock at left tackle. Just pencil him in for 10 to 15 years. Probably going to be a Hall of Famer.
The last big boy tackle, yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just he's that good at his position.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the NFL has this fad right now with wide receivers and throwing the ball all over the field. And
okay, I have another one here. So over the past few years, we've seen grown-ass men break down like babies when they get picked. Over or under 3.5 guys hysterically crying as they get drafted. That's the new one. because I think back to what's his nuts from the Packers a couple years ago. Remember that? The defensive guy?
Oh, what's his name?
He had dreads. Yeah.
Was it Jair Alexander?
No. Oh. It was a big boy. He was like a lineman.
Yeah. I think it's tough because it's like always the defensive lineman that do. It's always the defensive lineman. And it honestly seems to be like the defensive tackles. Like I'm like a 300-pounder. If anybody said anything mean about my mother, I'm probably going to prison for life kind of guy. Like they're like the biggest like family guys, like the nicest dudes ever. But on the field,
Rashawn Gary.
Yeah.
And he was just ugly crying.
Yeah, blubbering babies. I love it, man.
All right, 3.5 over or under for tonight.
I think it's under this year.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of big men that are going early.
Yep. Oh wait, I got an odds bet for that too because you picked Trey Lance over 6.5.
Yep.
Okay, and you're going under. Yeah, I'm going under on that. So that's a wash. Forget it.
Yep. I just think it's just one of those deals, you know, like it's always the big boys that are doing it.
Mm-hmm. It's always like a lineman.
and it's just part of it is too. You gotta remember, some of those guys aren't at the draft this year, so that number gets knocked down.
Yeah, I think when you're at the draft too, you're a lot more stressed out. So you are much more emotional and relieved when it does happen because the cameras are on you. You're surrounded by everybody. But like you're at the house now. Like, I mean, I know DK Metcalf, he fell and he balled. Well, that's because he ran like a 4.140.
Yeah,
and he was a tank. I can't believe we didn't take DK Metcalf still, but whatever.
And part with
okay. Here's the stat on ESPN. Bengals offensive line 29th in pass block win rate, sacked 32 times, and 4.1 yards a rush. So I think this has got to be offensive line. I'm going Penei Sewell.
Okay, first off, 4.1 yards per rush isn't a bad stat. That's a pretty good stat, actually.
Sixth worst, it said.
But if you do the math,
4.3 is like fourth. Yeah, I know. Like the decimals are
like, and something my high school football coach always told me. And love this quote. He goes, "It doesn't matter if you get 4 yards a carry or 3 yards a carry, because 4 times 3 is always 12, and it always gets you the first down."
Mm-hmm. Ooh. By the way, let's put another shot on the draft. The draft picks that we did. On ESPN, the draft night thing.
Oh, yep.
I'm up by 1 now because you didn't pick Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Bengals should get Chase. That's what Robby's saying, but I think they're gonna make the smart pick. I think
they took him. They took Chase.
Shit. Wow.
This is okay. This is where anybody watching, this is where this gets totally weird. Totally weird.
Because Miami does not need a left tackle.
Nope.
Is this a trade-up spot for...
This is where the Vikings, like I said, I'm ecstatic right now. This is where the Vikings could get weird here.
What if you package Danielle Hunter to the Vikings for just that pick and not the first?
I think I would rather package Anthony Barr and R1 to go.
Yes.
I would live for that trade.
Because I was listening to, so shout out to the podcast I listened to, Purple for the Win and Score North. I think they broke it down. Spielman's only traded up 9 times, and since he took over in 2005 or something like that, and he's traded back 28 times or something like that because he loves his 7th round linebackers. And
every time he's traded up, it's generally to come back into the back end of the first round and just get somebody he likes. So, and I know, I think it's 3 or 4 times that he's done that.
Yep. So, okay. Oh, I got to refresh the recent pick page because why would that update automatically?
So, obviously now as a Vikings fan, right? That was the best pick for us already, right?
Because Rashawn Slater now is also going to fall.
Yeah, we can.
But who knows? The Lions and Panthers could take them both.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. So we're at Dolphins. Obviously, Dolphins out of it. Lions and Panthers could easily go tackle.
Panthers probably. Lions, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because Lions need a lot. They need corners. They need receivers. Because
I think the Lions are probably going either receiver or linebacker.
Because what's his nuts left? Galladay left.
Yep.
Is Marvin Jones still there? I think so. Dolphins pick is already in. Panthers might go Justin Fields. That's another thing too. Panthers might just take Justin Fields if he's there. Because I know and then the Broncos and Vikings swap, and then we get Slater or Sewell. Because they got Garrett Bowles, a guy who had 1 good year, and Elway threw a bunch of money at him because he didn't. Because it's not like he had 3 or 4 bad years before that when he led the league in holding. But he has a cute baby he brought to the draft with him, so we'll give him that.
That's a smart play.
It was a smart,
It's good camera play. Promote your brand a little bit. They say Dolphins is in.
Dolphins is already in. Yeah.
Okay, they haven't shown it yet.
So It's not.
The
It's,
Jamar Chase one was immediate.
okay,
on
so
ESPN.
let's make our pick. Make our pick. Make our pick. Make our pick.
Dolphins.
Best available. Best available.
I like them to take Jalen Waddle here.
Then I'll change it up and I'll say Devontae Smith.
Okay.
So
I do think it's one of those two for sure.
it is.
I
So
like-
you say
I like
I say
Waddle.
Smith. You say Waddle.
I like Waddle a little bit more because he's a little bit better route runner. And Tua doesn't have that monster arm that he can just like take advantage of Devontae Smith's straight line speed where he just outruns everybody.
But Devontae's taller, so he might get contested catches
Yep.
better.
Yeah, so it's just kind of which do you value here. I think this is all about who they value more. I think this is literally like 6 one way, half a dozen the other type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for me,
Or
like
Patrick, you think they go Sertan, Isaac?
no, I don't think they do. Dolphins were like a top 3 defense last year. That's the
Yeah.
only reason I don't think they do.
They need somebody for Tua to throw to.
Yeah, and they invested so much in getting Tua last year.
And that
Yeah.
weird like closing pitcher rotation they had with Fitz for like 3 games.
They have to try and surround Tua with talent as fast as possible
Mm-hmm.
to know what they're going to get because you got rid of Fitzpatrick, and Tua didn't do enough last year for me personally to be like, hey, I'm your guy.
No, but I'm not going to write off a quarterback from 1 year. Give me
Yeah, that's what I mean.
2
Like,
years.
that's what I mean. Give them a few years. Try and get some talent around him. At least know what you got.
Yep. For sure.
So yeah, I think I'm not going to be shocked with even if they do go Sewell because even if he played left tackle in college, clearly he's good enough to go to right tackle.
Mm-hmm. Or I mean, other way. If you're good at right tackle, you should be able to go left tackle. Or yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you should be able to protect the blind side of the quarterback regardless of what you're doing, if he's right or left-handed.
Because, well, we know it's not gonna be the Dolphins. So, who are the Lions tackles right now?
I think they actually shot me an email yesterday and were wondering if I could do a tryout. That's who their tackles are.
Oh wait, no, what am I doing? Not that.
So in case TJ, if you want to pick me up on the way to Detroit, just swing by. You can take 94, go to Chicago, and then take 90 straight up there.
Oh, that's right. They got Riley Reef.
Oh my God, they might take Sewell.
They might take Sewell.
They might take Sewell. That changes everything.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he went there.
So having
yeah.
Riley Reef.
Taylor Decker. Oh wait, no. When was? Oh, that was history because Riley Reef went to.
He came from the Lions.
Yeah, so they have Taylor Decker and Tyrell Crosby, so they're not bad. I don't think it's a need for them to draft that.
No. And I don't think
Here it is. Jalen Waddle. Damn it.
Yes.
Bro, I think we actually might land a tackle.
I think. Okay, so let me refresh my best remaining here. We got.
Because Lions, I think go Chase here because they need a pass catcher.
Oh no, Chase is off. Remember?
No, they took Waddle. Oh wait, no, not Chase. Devontae Smith.
I think Devontae Smith makes sense, and I think Sertan or Micah Parsons could possibly come off the board here. This is where
I would guess more Micah Parsons before Sertan because they. Oh wait, no, they don't have Slay anymore. That's right.
Nope. And the reason I like Micah Parsons a lot here is
he's like David White.
And their new coach is very, defense. I'm gonna be in your face. I'm gonna quote unquote bite your kneecaps off.
Oh my god, that was such a bad press conference.
It was a great soundbite though.
Oh yeah,
Press conference,
I should have made it for this so I can hit it on my stream deck.
Micah Parsons is his kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Even a lot of the mock drafts had this one going early with Micah Parsons, but I think
what did Mel have to say about that? Let me just look up Mel Kiper's last one.
hopefully nothing because Mel Kiper.
Oh, Mel Kiper was I think he had them trading this last one.
Yeah,
because he was forced to start doing that.
I think so. We went 6 straight offensive picks. I think it now is where.
He projected this is where the Patriots move up and take Justin Fields.
Okay, I think this is where the balance of defense and offense finally starts to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
We got.
I just don't know if are they that cornerback needy? I just
in the NFC North. I mean,
you got 4 games against Aaron Rodgers and the Vikings.
They have Jeff Okudah. They took last year first round,
and
then
he showed some flashes.
He's not bad.
He had a rough start.
And they have Quentin Dunbar. So do they think Dunbar is a bust?
Yeah, that's an interesting point, actually.
So I would guess if they go defense, it's going to be Micah Parsons. Offense, it's going to be Devontae Smith.
And if Micah Parsons, you just can't put a price on a guy who's
all right. Pick is in. We got to lock it in.
I'm going Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Parsons too, because okay. I bet they look at Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook and I mentioned the Bears. So, yeah, I think Mike Parsons is the safe pick here.
It's tough too. You can't put a price tag on a guy, and obviously I'm a homer, but Eric Kendricks is arguably the best middle linebacker.
He's the best middle linebacker. We'll say coverage linebacker for sure. I would say is it who's the dude from Tampa Bay? James White, Devin White.
Devin White.
He's the best middle linebacker in the game. Yeah. But
you're kind of splitting hairs. You know, which kind of guy do you want? But these are guys who are going to get you 130 to 170 tackles a year.
Probably a couple picks, a few sacks.
They're going to get a couple picks, force a few fumbles, a bunch of tackles for losses. Nobody's ever going to break a tackle on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and the biggest thing with guys like that is they never, like, obviously the Vikings defense with injuries and stuff and so many young guys you got in bad positions.
Mm-hmm.
But if your defense is solid and you have veterans and you have players that know what they're doing, these are linebackers who aren't going to put your team in a position to fail. Like, they're going to get your guys in the right spot all the time.
So I'm just going to say this too. Sorry to cut you off right there. If they go Parsons or if they pick anybody but a tackle, there's no way that the Vikings don't trade up with George Payton at 9 and get your Slater or Sewell, right?
Yeah, I think the Vikings, if either one are there, I think we have to make that trade. This is one of those years where there's 2 top-tier linemen that are within our reach, where we're not going to have to give up a boatload for them.
Especially with George Payton. You give him one of your thirds and move up 5 spots.
Yeah.
Third and a fourth. We have 19 of them. Just take those 2. Yeah. Or, especially if unless the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers here in the next 20 minutes.
Dude, that would just be wild.
Yeah. So the 3 landing spots really for Aaron Rodgers at this point are Broncos, Raiders, Patriots. That's it. Like, that really is it.
Yeah.
I think, definitely not going to Philly. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, say hi to the internet.
Hi.
Hey, Corbin.
Hey, buddy. What's up? Oh, wow.
I had a lot of sugar.
You had a lot of sugar. Wow. Mommy's going to have a great time putting you to bed tonight.
I had Hershey's. Wait, are they called those little circle things?
The Hershey's Kisses?
Yeah, and I had a sucker.
And a sucker.
Oh, a ring pop.
And you had your ring pop. Okay.
And that jelly.
I think this is probably the most intriguing pick so far.
Wow.
The Lions can go a lot of different ways here.
But now you need to listen to mommy and have a good bedtime, okay? All right, listen to mommy, have a good bedtime, okay? Go get changed. Go get changed. Start by listening. A real hug. Oh, you can come back and get me after you change your jammies. Go get your jammies. Okay.
All right. Isaac is back. He's still here.
All right, go on. Get changed. Go. That boy's cracked out right now.
Sugar will do that to a brother. Part of me feels like this is a trade.
I don't know. The pick is in.
Okay. I just got it too. Mine just refreshed. Because this took a long time. They were trying.
So we both said, yeah. Oh, yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. So Parsons, right?
I'm
good. Isaac, I'm happy you're enjoying it. Like, this is the whole thing, is having a good, warm community. Penei Sewell?
What?
No.
Okay, that's 7.
So, but Darisaw is still out there, and Darisaw is one of the top 3. Obviously, Slater, better, but I will take Darisaw.
Sewell being it's tough. So like, Sewell being the exception
That pisses me off, Detroit.
I hate you, Detroit. But I kind of like Detroit because I want them to be good at some point. I just hate that they're in our
I want them to, at least win a playoff game for the first time in franchise history. You know what? That I'm pouring a half a shot for that one. That one's just nope.
Oh, cheers.
Yep. That one just pisses me right. That one pisses me right the fuck off. But they probably also saw, okay, Packers defensive line, Vikings defensive line, Khalil Mack. I understand it. It was just not expected.
That was easily probably just the best available player. But.
No, Isaac, they have Jared Goff. Remember, they traded Stafford to LA. Might not have a good quarterback, but they have a quarterback.
What was I going to say? The reason that I really like Slater, and I'd still like them to go after him.
Slater's better feet than Darisaw.
It's kind of weird. I love
the Panthers. They have Sam Darnold.
When you draft like skill position players, like your running backs and your wide receivers, and your DBs, you go to the SEC for them or the ACC.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you want your big boys up front and your linebackers, generally you're thinking Big Ten.
Just like you should go to 9-man Northern Minnesota football when you want running backs.
Yeah. That's just kind of how like your gut is like part of like. So if anybody watching has never been to like Minnesota or North Dakota or South Dakota, like this Midwestern part of the country, amateur wrestling is like insanely big. Like Minnesota's got a high school here called Apple Valley, #1 high school wrestling program in the country. They have been for years and years. All these kids who wrestle, especially you're basically once you get into that 183 and up weight classes, those guys are all your offensive linemen in high school.
Did you wrestle?
Huh?
Did you wrestle?
Growing up, I did.
Okay. That explains a lot.
And what they understand better is their feet are good, but their hands are just out of this world. They understand the hand-to-hand part of the game.
Control the hands, control the man.
Yep, insanely well. Like Taylor Lewan is a perfect example of that. Mm-hmm. He's from like Ohio or Pennsylvania, like kind of that Ohio, Pennsylvania area.
Yeah, he's a hardy boy. Yeah, okay, Panthers.
Panthers.
Minute and a half left. I think they take Slater here. I just think
in my heart, they're taking Slater.
Slater or Justin Fields.
Do
they believe in Sam Darnold?
Do you know it's Darnold's contract by chance? He's still on his rookie deal.
This is his 4th year. So basically,
they're taking Justin Fields.
Yeah, they are.
That's my pick right now.
If it was a vet that they're paying $20 million to, they would take a left tackle.
Yep.
This is the Justin Fields pick.
Justin Fields or Mac Jones even.
No, they don't want Mac Jones. Do they? Nobody wants Mac Jones, except for the Patriots.
If he signs to the Vikings, I wouldn't be upset about that.
I would be. So we're trading in one statue for another. We're just paying him less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you invest in the offensive line.
Because our history has shown that the Vikings will ever invest in their offensive line. Good Lord.
Listen, when the Lions are taking Sewell in front of us, what do you want me to do? Actually, never mind. Don't be shocked if the Panthers go Micah Parsons here. I don't think they will.
They don't have Kuechly anymore, so that actually would make sense.
Kuechly anymore.
They don't have a heart of a defense anymore. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, George Payton, Rick Spielman, get on the horn. Vikings are getting Rashawn Slater.
Yep.
Oh, I have not been updating my on the clock tracker at all. Oopsies.
I don't think they'll take Micah Parsons here, but don't.
I wouldn't be surprised. You're watching the draft here and on TV. That's how you do it, Isaac. An OG. I'm already calling you an OG. Let's go. This is the way to do it.
I think this is Fields. I think this is where Fields comes up.
Me too. I don't think they planned on him falling this far. And yeah. I expect them to pick Fields. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Micah Parsons. Now watch as a receiver. Fuck.
Their receivers are pretty.
And my bold prediction, I mean, that's coming up. And I don't have to take a shot if I get it wrong. You just have to if I get it right.
Yep. Aren't their receivers okay though?
Who? Jets? Or
No,
Panthers?
Panthers.
Yes. Robbie Williams and something. Yeah.
And McCaffrey's obviously always a threat out of the backfield.
Well, he was
And I
before he
think
got
that-
injured.
I
Let's see
think
how that goes.
I think Fields has to go to a team like that, where they have weapons in place.
All right, 1 second. What, buddy?
Remember when I had lots of sugar?
Yep. What's up?
I also had Starburst.
God,
All right, hey, good night, buddy.
fuck
Good night,
the
buddy.
Lions.
Hugs. Oh my gosh. All right, love you, but I need to listen because mommy has to do with Mackenzie right now. So.
God, TJ, if you're in here, I know you're a closet Lions fan. F the Lions.
I can, if she's fussy. Okay. Close the door, please. Okay, what do we got? What happened?
I'm still mad.
What happened?
I think I'm more mad at TJ because he's kind of a closet Lions fan, but he'll never admit it.
He's a Bucks fan.
Well, he's a real life Bucks fan, but he's a closet Lions fan a little bit, and I'm taking this out on him.
What was it, Isaac? I missed it. J.C. Horn, yes!
Oh wow, I did not see that coming. But I did call this. I did say J.C. Horn would be the first one off.
You did, but we didn't put anything on it.
We didn't put anything on it. Brady, you got to take a baby step for that one, for me making that call.
Not a vodka of my seltzer.
Yep, that's fine. I
Okay.
didn't see that one coming, though. I'm kind of shocked.
Here we go. Broncos on the clock.
Oh, my goodness. I will happily take a shot to get Aaron Rodgers the F out of my team. And it makes your team better. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if they don't do that,
I could see.
is this the Justin Fields?
I don't think it is.
Every mocker at least had it going here, so I don't know if they have inside sources, but let's look at best available.
I think I kind of like Patrick Surtain here.
Yes, that would be my guess is cornerback.
The AFC West is a tough division to play against their receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You have Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins.
So
Kelsey, Chiefs.
what I would guess here is
Go ahead.
probably either Surtain or actually Micah Parsons because they don't have an inside linebacker really.
So the Chargers have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Raiders have Ruggs, and Derek Carr has arguably the biggest arm in football. That dude can throw the ball a country mile.
Yeah, well, it hits targets in our question, but
Yeah, that's a whole other question. But that's the reason I like Surtain.
okay. So let's just go down the list here of the best available.
I
No,
don't
no,
see that-
no Smith, no Slater.
I don't. Yeah,
It's-
they don't. I think it boils down to Surtain or Fields. I think those are the picks. Who are the Broncos starting corners? Do you know off the top of your head?
Corners. I have to look them up, but let's see here. I know AJ Bouye is gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I think they take Surtain.
Here's my thing. Does George? I think George Payton does have faith in Teddy. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He was there when Teddy got drafted, so I don't think we're going quarterback here. Yeah, I think it's Surtain. They're going to give Vic Fangio his big cornerback,
And in the AFC West,
and you
There's
need
not a-
that.
yeah, and there's not a lot of other than Bosa with the Chargers. There's not a lot of defensive linemen, edge rushers that you really worry about a ton.
Well, except for Vaughn, really.
Yeah, but he's on your team.
Yeah.
You
Let's see
know,
here.
and who is it? And I know that the Chiefs have. I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, they're definitely taking a cornerback here.
I think it's Surtain.
Ojemudia, he's good, but Devontae Bosby, no, it's Surtain. This is Surtain.
I think that's the smartest pick. I think.
Let's refresh Twitter. Any trades?
I just want there to be a trade at some point.
This is where the Vikings would trade. I mean,
Yep.
because what's after this? The Eagles?
Eagles.
Devontae
don't
Smith
think-
is still on board, but the Broncos are
Yeah.
going to take that. They're set for receivers.
If the Eagles are
He's
next,
going.
right?
He's going to Eagles. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's Broncos,
Vikings-
Cowboys, Giants, Eagles.
I don't think the Vikings need to trade. Rashawn Slater is just going to fall to them.
But well, Darisaw. So do the Giants need a tackle?
The only way
The only way it's going to happen is if the Giants or Eagles. Eagles aren't going to take it.
they're taking Devontae Smith.
Yeah. So Giants take Rashawn Slater, and Chargers take Darisaw. That's the only way we don't get any of them.
Yeah. And if that's the case, the Vikings are going to trade that 14th pick back.
Like,
Or
yeah.
take Jalen Phillips, one of the two. Or actually, I would rather them take.
Then they're going to be trading back to Washington because Washington's going to come up and get Justin Fields.
Yeah, as a Devontae Smith.
Write that
is
down.
still on the board. This is kind of what everybody had kind of predicted a little bit, that Devontae Smith was side. Everybody was really worried about his weight because he weighed in a little bit.
He's
under
tiny. They were
170
talking about that
pounds.
at the bowl game.
Yeah. But
And Isaac, I'm really glad you're enjoying yourself here. Share it with your friends. Let's build this football side of the community, not just the war zone side of the community.
small is one thing, but man, if you're open, you're open. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter who
If you
you
get
are.
separation, it doesn't matter how tiny you are.
You know, like look at Tyreek Hill. Stephon Diggs isn't a big receiver.
No, he's like 6'1", but he's just
Yeah.
skinny.
You know,
But
like,
he's one of the best route runners in the game.
you can't. Route running it's kind of like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
It's a knack. You can't teach people stuff like that. You can't teach people getting open.
It's like if you're going to be a receiver and you're getting drafted first round, you can either do one of two things, or three things. I'll say that. Either you can get separation, you're super fast, or so you can get separation because of route running, you can get separation because you're super fast, or you can make contested catches because you're 6'3". Like those are the only reasons you get drafted in the first round as a receiver.
Or you can be Kelvin Johnson and do all of those.
Oh. Didn't he only play like 6 years?
Yeah. Did you know Kelvin Johnson ran his 40-yard dash in somebody else's cleats because he forgot his, and still clocked in like a sub 4.4?
The Broncos pick is not in with a minute and a half left. They're on the phone to trade this thing.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get rid of this because you're down to less than a minute right now.
Here come the Patriots, I bet. Come on. George Payton, make the call. Let's get this to Minnesota. Let's get Rashawn Slater.
I think Patriots and Vikings, you're most likely or Bears here. I think those are your top three candidates to make a move into this spot.
Yeah.
Because
And I mean, look at Justin Fields. Like, he definitely has not gotten any calls.
Yep. And with Fields, the reason I kind of like him to the Bears a little bit actually is he's a Big Ten quarterback. He's played in all the elements up here. He's used to all this stuff.
Because you got to play outside.
Yep, you got to play outside in the NFC North. You know, like I could see the Bears making that move.
Pick is in.
Okay.
But is it the Broncos pick?
Okay, if they pick, I'm locked in. My pick is Surtain.
Me too. Because Vic Fangio needs his cornerbacks.
Yep.
I do feel bad for Fangio because he came into just a blender of a scenario.
Yeah. Okay, and obviously Dallas is going defense.
Mm-hmm.
If the Broncos pick Surtain here, Dallas has to try and trade back because at corners by far.
This is where Dallas trades with the Vikings, maybe. Everybody trades with the Vikings. If you can't tell, you're watching a Minnesota stream.
Yeah.
The Broncos font is just one of my favorite fonts as well.
Who's left for defensive players?
Joker. Ojikumura.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mike Parsons, Joker, Surtain, Caleb Farley. Like those are the only four that I think are going to go in the next like 6 to 8 picks.
Yeah.
Or could go.
Broncos? Did you trade this?
I don't know. I think they're trying to get all the graphic packages in there. Yeah, I think they traded it.
This might be a trade. Isaac, right now. 1 if they make the pick, 2 if they make the trade.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, no, they're getting the guy out of the chair.
Dang it. Oh, it's Surtain.
Yep. Yeah, when they kept the guy in the chair. So
This hurts Dallas a lot. A lot.
yeah, Isaac, I'm sorry.
I tried to get you in there on that one quick.
So now are they trading back?
I think Dallas has to try and trade back.
Yeah, they're talking. Oh my gosh. So who would be trading out? So this is where the Patriots could come up.
This could be Patriots time.
I think if there's 3 teams calling up right now, 4 teams: Chicago, Washington, Patriots, Vikings. Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Do we know who Isaac? Isaac is a Cowboys fan, right?
He is.
Isaac, what do you think about this? Being a Cowboys fan. Okay, he's with trading back.
Yeah.
Is Jalen Smith middle linebacker or outside linebacker with the Cowboys?
Outside? Because I think he rushes more.
I think he's outside.
Because Sean was the middle linebacker and he's gone now.
I think if they don't trade back, this is where Micah Parsons leaves.
Or Joker. Joker is Joker's a more highly rated. Oh, here, 1 second. I gotta go help with Corbin.
Yep. Or nah, they're not going to draft her. They're not going to take Devontae Smith, are they, Isaac? They're not going to just. What do they have? They have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. That's a bold player. Safety is tough. This is the only thing this draft is pretty weak at safety. The highest rated safety is Morrig from TCU. And I think they can get him later. But I'm with you. Their secondary is where they needed most of the help. Actually, all the help. I feel that 100%. It's just tough because there weren't a lot of safeties in this draft that were pretty hype. What do you think about them taking a defensive end here? You got Kwity Paye. You got Jalen Phillips. Maybe kind of takes the pressure off the defense by generating a little bit of a pass rush. Nothing on Twitter yet. Still on the clock with 4 minutes left. Okay, I don't care about that. I don't know. Do you think they reach for Caleb Farley here? Yeah, maybe it is. It's kind of one of those deals with defensive end. It's like, do you want to help? Can you help out your corners and safeties by just getting pressure on the quarterback and just not making them cover on an island so long? Like the Vikings were kind of in the same boat last year where we had young corners, but we didn't have a pass rush either. So we're asking them to play defense for 5 or 6 seconds, where if you get a guy who can always be on the quarterback, you can just kind of eliminate time to make those mistakes, if that makes sense. Otherwise, the defensively, the only options that really make sense to me are Caleb Farley or Morrig from TC. I think I'm with you. Like I think trade. Oh, Philly traded up. Philly traded up with Dallas. And they must have given up a lot because Dallas's pick isn't showing up in the first round. This, ooh. What do you think, guys? I kind of think the Eagles take Devontae Smith or Rashawn Slater here. I think Devontae Smith is the best pick for them. They messed up last year with the Eagles when they took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, and we all saw how that worked out. And I don't think they want to miss out on another guy. So this, I think I'm with you. This could be Devontae Smith. And I'm interested to see what they gave up.
What the hell did I miss?
The Eagles traded for the 10th pick.
And according to ESPN, still have their 12th.
Yep. So they gave up they mortgaged next year's first round on it.
Oh God. Okay, I got you.
I didn't look at all the stuff, but everywhere is just going crazy. Like all the social media stuff just went off.
I think this has to be Devontae Smith. And if it is, I think it's a stupid trade. I think this is a really, really bad trade. Because Devontae Smith wasn't going to any of these other teams. Maybe the Giants. Never mind. I think if they take Devontae Smith here, they were scared that whoever they take, they were scared that the Giants were going to take him before they could. Because they only jumped 2 spots to do this.
Yeah, it's 100% Devontae Smith.
They were super scared that the Giants were going to take whoever
Yep.
they wanted.
Yep.
Right? I mean, that's the only way that makes sense to jump up 2 spots.
Yep. Oh no, they swapped. They swapped. ESPN's update, so they swapped.
Okay.
So it wasn't a whole lot.
Okay, so they still only moved up 2 spots.
But so Dallas got 2 spots back and maybe a third.
Third or fourth, probably somewhere in there.
But what are they gonna do 12 now?
I think they're just getting more value. I think they're going to take Caleb Farley, personally, at 12.
It's a safe guess.
I think this has... This.
There's no way this isn't Devontae Smith.
This is Devontae
because
Smith.
the Giants' biggest needs are going to be...
We're wide receiver
or cornerback.
Yeah. And Philly was...
Or not even cornerback. Like safety.
And after Philly made the mistake last year, and Isaac and I were
Yeah.
of taking Reagor over Justin Jefferson, they're not willing to risk it this year.
Jalen Reagor.
And I'm not. Jalen Reagor ended with
he's
a
not
pretty
bad.
decent year.
But he's no Justin Jefferson.
Is on a whole nother level. Just a whole nother level. Like anytime you break Randy Moss records, you're just
you're doing nasty stuff to people.
Oh, okay, pick is in.
I'm locking. It's Devontae Smith. Yeah, that's a hard lock for me too.
Yeah. Which this is playing out well for the Vikings right now.
Oh yeah, like there's no way we don't get Darisaw at this point.
Yeah. And realistically, we could probably still trade back a couple places and end up with him if like
maybe
if Fields is still there.
If Fields is still there, you could trade back with the Patriots and probably get.
Mm-hmm. Or
Washington. Or
Washington's kind of the one I'm looking at for that. Washington and Chicago. Because, finally saw a trade. Oh, we got to take a little sip for a trade.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm honestly a little shocked it took that long, though, for a trade to happen.
So I've been reading a lot for this year's ideas, and people are hoarding next year's. Like if people trade, they're wanting next year's picks more than anything because then you get a lot more tape and a lot more research done. So next year's picks are being treated like gold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As compared to this year's.
I'm trying to think of who's going to be your big studs for next year, though.
I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to college football.
Nobody just... Obviously, Alabama's going to have half a dozen guys that are...
Yeah.
What if Philly...
My biggest thing is, what position class is it going to be?
It was Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Is it going to be a receiver class? Is it going to be a quarterback class? Is it going to be an edge rusher class? I don't know.
I don't think next year's a quarterback class. I'm pretty sure it's not. I want to say next year's all defense. This is where the Vikings, I think, have to trade up. With the Giants not getting Devontae Smith, Rashawn Slater makes a lot of sense for them. Like, Daniel Jones just has pressure on him all the time. Or, this is me Micah Parsons is so good. How have so many teams passed on him?
But now are the Vikings going to pass up on him, on a defensive player? How much is Mike Zimmer in Spielman's ear right now?
I think, and here's the reason I like Rashawn Slater for us.
Yeah,
he's kind of a Mike Zimmer guy, too. Like, he's a little nasty, like, has a bit of an attitude. He can be coached by an old school coach, if that makes sense. Like, he doesn't need to be, he's not one of these guys you need to be nice to all the time. He can take a little bit of tough love. I love Slater for us right now. It's just, if the Giants
I will say Slater or Darrisaw. I'll take either one. Because Darrisaw has better feet than Slater, but Slater is way stronger.
The only thing that makes me nervous is the Giants and the Chargers. Initially, were both trying to trade up for Sewell.
Did that come up? Oh, I know the Chargers were going to do that.
The Chargers are going to take the best available offensive tackle.
And the Vikings are going to trade up with Dallas. I think.
I think it depends what New York does. If New York doesn't take an offensive lineman, the Vikings will just take either
whichever one
or Slater, whichever one's there.
Yep.
But there's another pick that kind of this pick will determine the next 4 or 5 probably.
Basically. So how are we sitting here on draft night picks? Okay, I'm still up by 1 point.
Oh no.
You, TJ, and Shane are 3-2. I'm 4-1.
Oh, on the ESPN deal.
On the ESPN game, yep.
Because I'm up by 1 on our up-to-date stuff.
Yes, you are.
And your Broncos package deal fell through.
It did. So.
Okay, so that's just a no-go.
But that doesn't mean they still can't trade for Aaron Rodgers. Future picks, like I said, like gold.
Yep. And that pretty much eliminates my Trask one, too, with Mac Jones sliding so far down.
I think so, too. The only team that would do it would be Patriots.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a big difference when I go up.
Brady, when you get the monetization up, you owe $5 to the charity.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Jalen Waddle, right?
No, it was the
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
Chase one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there we go. Well, no, the monetization is just for the channel, and like if we're exclusive to a platform, I can always donate to the Extra Life anytime I want.
It's more fun if we do it on the stream, though.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is TJ just texted me. This draft is fucking weird.
The Bears traded up to 11.
No fucking way.
Yeah. I didn't see what it got.
Yeah, they did. They did.
I just got on ESPN. This is Justin Fields.
This is 100% Justin Fields.
Yep.
Oh, Schefter's on TV right now. I can't turn it up though because that's DMCA. So
maybe drink for a trade.
Where were okay? So the Bears were at 20. To go up to 11, that's a lot of capital they had to put up.
Did you see? I didn't see what it was.
Well, they're going up 9 spots. That's at least that's at least a third, if not a second, or maybe like a third and a fourth. And yes, quick sip. Mac Jones is just sitting there twiddling his thumbs, looking like Johnny Manziel.
Right. Oh man, I did not see. Well, like I said,
I knew they were going to trade up. I didn't think it would happen this hard.
I mean, why are you on the clock? Your pick already has to be in if you were trading up.
Yeah. So this guarantees we're getting Darrisaw Slater.
Yeah, I love this. This is so good.
This is played out for the Vikings fucking perfectly. Yep, Justin Fields is up and moving. Yep, Grandpa's smiling.
Yes.
Yep. When Grandpa comes back from being off-screen smiling, yes, as Justin Fields all day.
So Dallas is obviously going to go defense.
Has to, but who they get is Joker, Micah, or like Caleb Farley.
I think it's one of those three.
And then we'll stick whichever tackle the Chargers don't take. But you know how this is going to happen now. We're saying tackle. It's going to be a linebacker. If Caleb Farley is taken, the only defensive person I think they would take would be either Quiddy or Barmore.
Here's where, if Micah Parsons is available to the Vikings, we have to look at him.
Look at him, but address the need.
Address
a need for like the next 10 years.
The hardest part, though, is if you look at the Vikings' history.
I was going to say, my camera looks amazing, by the way. But
if you look at the Vikings' history, one thing Rick Spielman generally does, Rick Spielman generally takes what he thinks is the best player available.
Yeah.
Even back when we drafted AP, think about that back then. We didn't need him, but he was the best player available.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's what I want.
I think the best player available would be one of those tackles ahead of them.
Barmore, offensive tackles for sure.
Yeah. Barmore would be good if all these tackles were gone.
The only reason,
and we hadn't signed Tomlinson.
The only reason, and I don't think we're going to take Micah Parsons. I don't think we should.
No.
The reason I think we're going to look at him.
You have Eric Kendricks.
It's going to make it so much easier for Barr to just be a pass rusher because he is so bad in pass cover.
Yeah. Well, didn't you see Barr's new contract? It has an actual sack incentive. So they're definitely going to try and treat him more like a Von Miller. Yeah.
Like kind of that stand-up D end where you play a little more zone blitzing, stuff like that.
Yep.
And that's the reason I think that they're going to take, if Parsons is there, they're going to take a look at him.
I just think the need, to me, looking at the offseason and how they addressed defense, 95% of their transactions, there had to have been an agreement with Zim. Like, hey, okay, we'll do defense in free agency, but the offense gets the draft.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm just...
All right, come on, ESPN.
You got to remember, we know how Zimmer and Spielman work.
We know how Zimmer operates.
Yeah.
Zimmer's in his ear saying, ooh, could he pay Jalen Phillips?
Yeah.
What's up, Isaac? He's back.
Don't get me wrong.
I do not want a defensive person.
I'll tell you what.
And the Bears took? It's not updating yet.
Yeah, mine hasn't either.
Well, we know who it is. It's going to be Justin Fields.
I'll put it this way. I want them to take a tackle.
Justin Fields,
really
confirmed.
Bad. Yeah, it was. I want them to take an offensive tackle really bad when it does come time.
They need a tackle because guards are easier to find late. And, you can use your third round. You can get a third round pick for a guard. Number 14 for a tackle, that's reasonable. Number 14 for a guard, let's say right now that it goes Slater and Darisaw, then you still get Elijah Vera-Tucker, but that's taking a guard at 14.
No, I don't. If it comes down to that, I think then we can flip to defense or try and trade out.
But then you have to look at Dakota Dozier, the worst rated guard in all of NFL last year. Yeah, since the 60s at least.
All right, best remaining. I mean, we're looking.
Okay, so I think consensus here is Caleb Farley, right?
Caleb Farley, maybe Micah Parsons, maybe Trevin Moore.
Ooh, they could go interior linebacker now that Sean retired.
Yeah. I personally think, and Isaac was talking about this a little bit before you had to help put Corbin to bed. This is where you could see a defensive end come off.
Phillips or Quiddy?
I like Quiddy a little bit more.
I like Quiddy more because he hasn't had 19 concussions.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals where if your secondary is bad and there's not an elite guy right there, just get your defensive line better to take some pressure off of your secondary.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Quiddy a little bit more.
Yeah. I think Caleb Farley, but is 12 a reach for him? Like, what was the whole shtick we were talking about in the pre-show with him again? Like 2 back surgeries?
With Caleb Farley, yeah. 2 back surgeries in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at that. Like, that's kind of how the Vikings have kind of held their defense together for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Is by having a defensive line that could just generate pressure nonstop, so your corners can never really get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how Dallas should address this. I would be, if I'm Dallas, I'm on pins and needles.
Well, yeah, they got rid of Everson. I mean,
scared to death to draft Caleb Farley.
Is there ever a world where the Vikings actually get Everson back after his complete mental breakdown on Twitter?
There's always a chance.
With the Zim, like, we might sign a 1-year deal with him and make DJ Wanham and Stephen Weatherly the rotationals.
I think.
Hey, Justin, you're about to get lit up in the NFC North, dude.
I think if we were to re-sign Everson Griffin, he'd be the rotation. Wanham had a good year.
I love Wanham. Like, people are all the people that mock Quiddy and Jalen Phillips to the Vikings didn't actually watch DJ Wanham play. He who knows what would have happened if the ball got in the air. He won us the Packers game on that last play.
Secondly, what people aren't accounting for is Wanham isn't the one guy. But when with the Neil Hunter in the game and Wanham can't be double teamed, and with Michael Pierce there, and Michael Pierce has to be.
Michael Pierce and Dalvin Tomlinson take up 4 bodies themselves.
Yeah.
The defensive line is going to be nasty.
The defensive line should not be addressed.
No. At least not first.
And like I said, if we don't take one of the best 2 tackles left, whether it's Darisaw or Slater, for the Vikings, I just think you take Parsons and put him at weak side linebacker and let him and run more like a 4-2-5, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's let him and Kendricks light it up.
Because they're super good tacklers. They pass cover insanely well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy the amount of ground those guys can cover. And then
Chicago Twitter is loving all this, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And then you just kind of let Barr do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you let him line up on either side of the line. You can stack him on top of Daniil Hunter and be like, okay, who are you gonna block? Stuff like that. Like, Zimmer, you want to be a defensive genius? Go for it. We're gonna give you the best defense you've ever had.
Somebody quote tweeted the Chicago.
Dallas made a pick.
Okay. Somebody quote tweeted the Chicago Bears saying QB1 to Andy Dalton, and it's like the WandaVision witch going.
What are we thinking? I think Dallas takes Quiddy Pay here. That's who I'm on.
I'm saying Farley. Their cornerbacks are in trouble.
Oh,
This is where I can gain a point back here. I'm going with the logical pick over the smart pick. Oh wait, rush yards allowed? Is there? Oh my gosh. Okay, actually they might go defensive line here. 31st and 30th in yards and per rush.
Yuck. Oh, you're gonna be down 2 after this, guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Farley. Because I mean, once we hit like 16, 17, it's gonna be a free for all.
I think if we can get this in before the pick goes live, who do you want? Do you want Farley or Quiddy Pay or Jalen Phillips, like a D end or a cornerback?
It's like a 10-second delay.
Yep.
Who do you want, Isaac? Our resident Cowboys fan right now.
Every stream has the obligatory Cowboys fan. It's kind of like being a Yankees fan. Isaac, don't let us down here.
He said Dallas will probably get Farley. He said that before, so.
Because for anybody else watching, normally it won't just be Brady and I. We have another couple other people. One of the guys.
He's looking at houses right now.
Tonight he's doing domestic stuff. Being a good boyfriend.
And we have another Packers fan, but he has a girlfriend tonight.
We don't talk about those. Girlfriends or Packers fans.
So Ben, fuck you altogether. Micah Parsons.
God, I wasn't sure about that. I like the pick for him a lot.
If it's
tackling machine, stuffs the run.
Can run every route on the tree, high motor.
I wasn't shocked by any means.
No, I mean with Sean Lee retiring, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has to be Slater, right? Because that's their biggest weakness is offensive line.
Yeah. This is
no, Isaac. You should be happy. It's not a bad pick at all.
This is why I didn't want them to draft Herbert last year.
Can they please draft Kwity Paye so he's not even on the field?
God.
Oh no, who they have? They have Joey Bosa because Ingram's gone.
Ingram's gone. I think is he with Buffalo now? Does that sound right? Something like that.
Somewhere East Coast sounds right. No, Isaac, you should be happy with that one. I mean, you just got a captain for the next 10 years.
Yep. Yep. I'm a big Micah Parsons fan. I'm a big fan of any middle linebacker.
It's Penn State, right? Yeah.
Yeah, especially Penn State linebackers.
Yeah, that's a hardy group right there, Penn State linebackers.
Paul Posluszny, I would never be mad about getting one of those guys.
This is the best. If we were going to address offensive line, this is the best possible way that the board could have broken for the Vikings.
Did you know the Carolina Panthers are still on the clock?
What?
On your ticker, sir?
No, they aren't. Oh, son of a bitch!
I
before the stream, I was talking to myself like, I need to be up to date. I need to make sure I'm on that.
The Chargers.
So right here it says offensive line, cornerback, tight end, safety, D line because they don't have Hunter Henry anymore.
Yeah.
Do they go Morig here? Safety?
Nah, I'm not very sold on Morig. The only reason I do like him, TCU is the only team in the Big 12 that ever plays any defense.
If they go defense, it has to be edge rusher.
Yeah, it has to be edge rusher.
Well, no, wait. Oh, because they have Chris Harris, so they're okay for at least one side of the field.
Yep.
And they're not going to waste this on Caleb Farley when the top edge rushers are available.
Yep. I think this
is either Slater or Kwity Paye.
This is Slater, Kwity Paye. Yeah, I think you and I are going to agree on this is Rashawn Slater all over.
There's no way it doesn't happen. There's no way the Vikings get Rashawn Slater to fall in their lap.
Brady, if the Chargers don't take Rashawn Slater, the first thing I'm gonna do is go take a pee. The next thing I'm gonna do when I get back, we're taking an adult shot for the excitement we get.
Adult shot for the disappointment we're about to get when they take Kwity Paye. Got it.
Whatever, we're taking the shot we got.
Yeah, you got like 4 minutes. You can probably go do it now if you wanted to go pee. I'll say this isn't the on the clock you want to be here for yet.
Oh.
What are we thinking here? Herbert needs protection, but they also were like not good at. They're also in the division with Patrick Mahomes and Derek Carr. They need to be able to get after the passer. Isaac, what am I doing before he gets back? Kwity Paye or Rashawn Slater? Who is there? So they got Joey Bosa. Who is the Chargers' other defensive end? Mac Jones. Yeah, he's going to fall into the Patriots' lap, which is fine with me because I don't think he's going to do well with the Patriots. Okay, so they got Derwin James at safety, so safety isn't an option. What?
They did pick up Derwin's 5th-year option today too.
Yeah, like Derwin James isn't going anywhere. They got Chris Harris.
Yep.
So
Jason Barrett left.
Kenneth
Murray off.
And they still have Linval at nose tackle.
Yep.
So do they go opposite side of Joey Bosa? Is the option? Is the question?
I think that's the only other logical move. I don't think you can draft a safety right here.
Yeah, they're definitely not doing safety. When you have Derwin James, like arguably the best, one of the best, because Justin Simmons and Harrison Smith are better than him.
Yeah.
I know I live in Minnesota, but Justin Simmons is the best safety in the fucking league.
This is Slater all over it.
Yeah. The safe pick is Slater. And I mean, they're still on the clock. They're probably trying to ship this to the Patriots right now. Or Washington. Washington's probably trying to get ahead to get Mac Jones.
Oh, pick is in.
Oh, pick is okay.
Yep. Mine just updated. The actual ticker up top didn't, but the actual ESPN page did update.
Yep. So,
I mean, we're both locked in for Slater,
yeah,
obviously.
it has to be Slater. I mean, the only curveball could be an edge rusher, but I don't think they're going to go that far.
Yeah. Oh, please take Quiddy Pay.
Please, if they take Quiddy Pay, we're doing a shot.
Oh, for sure.
And if the Broncos don't take an offensive lineman, we're doing a shot. Welcome to being a Vikings fan, where you drink a lot.
This will be I think I'd have to go back and check if we take a lineman with our first round pick. It'll be the first time since it was
Garrett Bradbury, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did Bradbury.
The last time we took an offensive tackle in the first round was Matt Khalil, and that paid off for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Panthers and was horrible too.
Bradbury's picked it up towards the second half of the season.
He's gotten better, but
and I think
he's also he also gets knocked for being a bad center because he was surrounded by Dakota Dozier and Pat Elflein for the first half of the year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If we can get a high level left tackle where they don't need help with double teams,
then you can get a guard in free agency or the draft.
And then you can, like, everybody on the inside of the line can kind of help each other out a little bit more.
Who's that dude? Tevin Jenkins. Is he guard or tackle?
I think he's guard.
And I think he's still projected first round, isn't he?
Oh, no, he is tackle.
Okay.
And,
So we're not getting Tevin Jenkins. Okay. Is there any way we ever come back up and get Elijah Vera Tucker?
If we were to, if he's there from 28 to 32, I think we make that move.
Just every third and like a fourth, or every fourth and a third.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got one crier. Trey Lance did cry.
Yep, I saw that. I was about to bring that up too.
Okay, we do have one crier.
Minnesota's on the clock.
What the heck? The pick ain't coming through.
They pick Slater.
Fuck.
According to Twitter, they pick Slater, but the update, like, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's been
because they're on a commercial break. That's why.
God damn.
And yeah, everybody, this is the goal. Whether you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, we're trying to do a lot more podcasty, a lot more reacts, a lot more live stuff like this, not just playing Warzone all the time. So, yeah, this is what we're trying to do.
Oh, that bums me out.
Twitter. I mean, it's only on Twitter. I mean, it's not confirmed on ESPN or the ticker yet.
Don't get me wrong. Okay, this bums me out, but also makes me really happy. Because, like, for the Chargers, I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it. Like, that was the best pick for him.
I mean, his family's happy. Yeah, Slater definitely got picked. Elijah Vera Tucker. Who needs a guard besides the Vikings? Vikings just need a whole left side of their line, but like, who could? Cardinals, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. You skipped back on the stream. I do that with YouTube all the time. I accidentally like hit my one button or something like that, and it goes back like 10 minutes or something.
Oh, like the numbers pad buttons always do.
Yeah, because Isaac just said he didn't know he skipped back until he heard us say the Panthers got J.C. Horn.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is Slater all the way.
Yeah.
Yep, confirmed.
I'm happy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not. I wish the Vikings would have gotten him, but I'm happy you went to the second favorite team.
But do we trust Spielman to take Darisaw?
I think one of two things.
Because Kwity Paye and Jalen Phillips are still on there. And I guarantee Zim's being a little fucking mosquito in his ear. I don't think we do. I think he actually sticks and takes Darisaw.
We both got a point for that one.
Yeah, we did.
What was the last pick?
Slater, Parsons, Fields, Smith.
Okay, we missed the field. Okay, I'm pretty up to date. I'm locking in Darisaw.
Me too.
Okay.
Because D-line is not as big of a need as these national jabronis have said what it is.
No.
Because they did not watch DJ Wanham or James Lynch, for that matter,
Yeah.
play. James Lynch got 3 snaps and he got a sack.
Yep.
In Seattle.
I'm 100% committed to Christian Darisaw.
Mm-hmm.
There's no logic to the way I'm approaching this. Like, the Darisaw pick is logic.
Unless you have Eric Fisher signing right now, there's no reason not to take Darisaw.
Emotionally, in my head, I'm like...
I'm pouring a shot. I just don't see this going well. Either we're celebrating or we're drowning out the sadness.
We are gonna in my.
I'm doing a big boy.
In my head, Darisaw, we just pick him and we're done. In
our heads,
we're just gonna fuck this up.
It depends how much Zimmer's in Spielen's ear. That's all that matters.
I don't even know what to say right now.
I'm not even gonna chug that. Do that shot. Yeah, I'm just gonna chug my seltzer.
The one thing I like more about Darisaw than Slater is
feet.
He's good in zone schemes.
He's better with his feet. This could be Darisaw could be the top person on their board, except for Sewell. But let's just all agree that the Packers are in turmoil, and that makes everybody happy.
Oh yeah, absolutely love that. Isaac, where are you actually from? Are you actually from Dallas? Is there a reason you're a Cowboys fan, or should we hold this against you?
Like, was your dad a Cowboys fan and you were just told to? Yeah, he's from Dallas.
Oh, okay. Then it's acceptable. You're not like that token guy from Utah who just wants to be a Yankee fan.
I gotta update my best available. So really what we have here, Joker's on board, AVT's on board. They're not taking Morig.
No, not a chance.
If they take Morig, I'm done. If they take a safety because like Anthony Harris is gone.
No, I think Morig is off the board for them.
Yeah, you'd think. You'd fucking think.
Like I said,
Vikings trade picks to Jets. Jets traded up.
God. Thank God we didn't even mess it up.
Jets. So that is 23.
Love it. Guarantee you, we're trying to trade.
That's
back
second round pick. What was that?
Trade back. We're gonna use our 23rd pick, and we're gonna trade back into the first round.
But 23, we get maybe Elijah Vera Tucker, maybe.
And that's okay. If we can get him at 23.
And then Radin's at the end of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Internet high five. Psh.
Yeah, I'm all in on this.
Well, okay, so since we're an hour and a half away, cheers.
Yep. Isaac, what platform are you watching on? Are you watching on PC or are you watching on your phone by chance?
He's on YouTube, so I would guess his phone. Because he says he's watching the draft and us. Which we love that kind of support, by the way. That's the way to do it. Or his iPad. Mobile device, whatever.
I was going to say, Isaac, if you ever are on a PC or something, we also have a Discord that we
He's in Discord.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Isaac the Great, I think, right? Yeah, he's in it. I think he just joined a few days ago.
Gotcha.
I can't check because otherwise it takes your camera away.
Yeah. But if you ever want to jump in on, if you're interested ever in just doing these like kind of roundtables, podcasts, anything like that, just hit us up. The nice part about Brady and I's schedule, he's pretty liquid where he can he's generally going to be on a little bit more during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I work nights, so I'm on all the time during the day.
That like 11 to 3 is like where the worlds align for us. Because I get most of my work done before 11 a.m.
And I usually get up about 11 a.m., so.
True. I tried texting you at like 9 a.m. Warzone?
Not a fucking chance.
Okay, so who are the Jets trading up for?
Oh, yeah, we got to get this going.
Yeah. Who the shit are the Jets trading in for? Because their pick is in.
This might be Mac Jones.
No.
I'm going Mac Jones here. They don't have a quarterback on their roster, I don't think. Well, I mean, they do, but
Wait.
I think this is Mac Jones.
Who
They wanted to get in front of the Patriots to get him.
Who is their starter? Yeah, I'm locking in Mac Jones too, I think.
Yeah,
but who is Jets
this.
depth chart? Who the fuck is their starter right now? Zach. They drafted Zach Wilson. They've already drafted Zach Wilson.
Duh. They're gonna get him No, they're gonna get him a lineman. This might be Darisaw.
Is this Darisaw?
I'm still locking in Darisaw for this spot.
Left tackle. No, they have Mekhi Becton.
Oh shit! They drafted him last year, didn't? He was a total bust though. No, never mind.
No, he
That was
wasn't.
that was the guy from Andrew Thomas was the bust last year.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton's a monster. Yeah. I mean, unless they move him to right tackle, because I've never heard of their right tackle, George Fant.
This could be this wouldn't be.
Is this let's see, left guard? I mean, maybe this is Vera Tucker. I don't know.
This could be Tucker here
because their guards situation doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
All right, let's refresh here. Best remaining
is Oswar or whatever.
Wait a second. Oh no, they have CJ Mosley as.
I'm going Vera Tucker here. I'm locking it in right now. The pick is in, so we have to make a choice. If you're talking, your mic's not picking it up.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just looking at best available because it's not in yet.
Yeah. Well, pick is in.
To me, it's Vera Tucker or Morig because their safeties are in shambles.
Yeah. I'm locked into Vera Tucker.
I am too because I've never heard of their guards. So. Oh my gosh, Zim, what did you get though? What did you get? Because that was like 11 spots. That was like 11 spots.
That's what I mean. Like I said, this is what I told you. The Vikings were going to fleece somebody who were real high on someone.
And apparently, the Vikings-Jets is the dumbest rivalry in fucking history because all we do is trade with each other and somebody gets burned either way.
Yep.
Yeah, 23. So that was 10 spots. There's no way there wasn't a second round pick involved for that.
Yep.
Let's check Twitter. Vikings sent number 14 and 143, so fourth rounder for 23 and 2 third rounders.
Okay, we're gonna one of those third rounders.
We have like 5 third rounders.
Those are bait to move back up. That's just how it is.
Number 66. So number 66. That's the second pick in the third round.
God, what are the Jets thinking here? Who did they want so bad?
Because who's in front of them that would take a lineman? The Cardinals are the only people I could think of that would take like a guard. Or the Giants. Yeah, there's plenty of teams between 13 and 23 that could take a guard.
This is an offensive lineman. Yeah. I think Vera Tucker is the pick here.
Or do they take the best safety off the board and go more? I'm Morig. I'm locking in Morig.
Okay. You're going Morig. I'm going Vera Tucker.
Yep.
I'm probably going to be 2 points ahead of you after this.
Shane texts me, what the fuck?
They just took Vera Tucker.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going for it.
I can see the reasoning, though, too. Especially when you got to play the Bills twice a year.
True.
All right. Who do we got on the clock here? Patriots.
Mac Jones falls to the Patriots.
This is just Mac Jones all over the place.
Yep. No way, this is Mac Jones.
It's Mac Jones. This is like I said, Mac Jones right now is just basically doing the Aaron Rodgers-esque thing. Like, just kept slipping and slipping and slipping. Probably is going to turn out to be a superstar because of something like this, because he's going to go to a great coach.
But a coach that's going to be done, and I don't like Belichick's out before I give him 5 years, maybe. Like he was trying to get out after 2018.
What if he hits a home run with Mac Jones? He ain't getting out.
God. So quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, D lineman. Yeah, there's no way this isn't Mac Jones.
I think they jumped the Patriots because the Patriots let Thuney go this year. They were afraid the Patriots were going to draft a lineman. Remember, Thuney went to the Chiefs.
Hmm.
They were afraid they were going to reload on their offensive line.
Here's the question, though. Between 15 and 23, how many tackles are going to be taken? Like, who there needs a tackle?
Remember, Darisaw is still there.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think he's going to make it to 23. I really don't. But I just can't pick a team that's going to pick him. Maybe the Raiders? Maybe
Cardinals?
Washington?
Cardinals?
Yeah.
This?
Is there some, like, weed film, like a Laramie Tunsil thing going around about Darisaw? We don't know. So the Cardinals have Humphreys and Beecham. Unless they're trying to draft DJ Humphreys' replacement. I don't know. Mac Jones looks stoned as shit. It's got to be him. He's like, finally? Oh, or he hasn't gotten the call? Oh, no, he's smiling. He definitely got the call.
Okay. Well, we were obviously both on board with that one, so. I already put him in. I scored us both for Mac Jones, so.
Yep.
And honestly, I do think ultimately this is who the Patriots wanted.
Yes.
He's more of a Belichick guy than Justin Fields was. Okay, hey, this was a prop bet in Vegas. Over under 5.5 quarterbacks taken.
Are we at 5 now? If
We're at 5.
Mac Jones?
Do you want the over or the under on one more quarterback?
Who would it be? Trask?
Trask.
It would have to be Trask.
Yep.
Maybe there's Kellen Mond's going day 2. Like,
yeah, he's going day 2. So is the guy from Georgia Tech or Wake Forest, whatever his name is.
Wake Forest.
He was the guy who was at Georgia and then transferred out because he lost a job. I can't remember what his name is, but
Mac Jones confirmed.
Yep.
Patriots do nothing and they get a quarterback. Fuck the Patriots.
Do you want the over or the under on 5.5, Brady?
So basically,
is Kyle Trask going to go in the first round? Because remember, this was my bold prediction.
The only way Kyle Trask goes in the first round is if the Packers deal Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love.
Or, like I said,
there's no team here. Maybe the Saints.
Pittsburgh loves him.
They're not going to take him round 1.
With Kyle Trask.
They will not take him round 1. Pittsburgh is very much, if we draft you first round, you're playing year 1 type team.
Brady, this was my bold prediction.
I know what your bold prediction was. That doesn't mean it's right.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to go, we're done with quarterbacks. We're not going to see Trask this round.
I'll take the over.
Yeah. That's a drink. Not a shot, that's a drink.
This would be great.
Cardinals.
Can't wait.
Cardinals.
This might be...
If this isn't Darisaw, this could be Caleb Farley, yeah.
The thing with...
Because they have no cornerbacks. Patrick Peterson's gone.
Yeah. I think this is
Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley. Locking it in.
I'm going Darisaw here, actually.
Yeah. Best player available.
It's best player available in any division where you have freaking Aaron Donald. I don't care where he's lining up.
True.
It has nothing.
I mean, left tackle, you never touch Aaron Donald, though.
Listen, at some point in your life, you're going to touch Aaron Donald if you play defensive or offensive line. You just
lucky.
No.
I'm glad the Vikings traded because that means neither of us mentally check out before 10 o'clock.
I like.
Well, fuck, it might be 11 o'clock. Who knows?
This will be 11 o'clock before this gets done. I just think I'm with you. If Farley wasn't medically kind of questionable, I think this is a no-brainer. This is the easiest pick they could have made. You just take Farley, you're done. Like I said, I just think teams are scared of him. Obviously, running back is out. You don't take a run unless you're like
Najee Harris. Like Pittsburgh is the only person who would take a running back in my eyes in this first round.
Yeah, and unless you're like a Derrick Henry or an AP or Dalvin or something.
I think people have started to learn their lesson about not taking running backs in the top 10. Because like Zeke's great, but he's not winning you 10 games on his own.
Yeah.
So
or unless you're one of those like hybrid running backs where like McCaffrey and Cook can line up in a slot and hurt you there too.
How big of a steal was getting Dalvin Cook in the 3rd round?
Oh, it was great. One of my favorite drafts of all time for the Vikings. Wide receivers out of the question right now. Running back is out of the question. So we're looking at cornerback, offensive line, safety.
Who's their safety? This could be Morrig.
Morrig is the only first-round safety I think that gets taken. If they even do take one.
Free safety, Buda Baker. I don't know.
And see, that's it.
But Jalen Thompson is their strong safety. I don't know. Shit.
I just think Darisaw is too good to not take.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Darisaw.
I'm just gonna look up DJ Humphries here really quick.
Pick is in, so.
He's only 27. They drafted him in 2015. They just re-signed Humphries. I'm sticking with my original pick.
Okay.
Caleb Farley.
Okay.
Yeah, they just re-signed Humphries last year. So.
My lead is about to become insurmountable, sir.
I really don't care. Would that mean I drink more? It's almost like I'm throwing the game to drink more.
Never heard of her.
Mac Jones is just okay.
I hate the Patriots so freaking much.
They're like the Yankees.
That's such bullshit. You did absolutely nothing, and the quarterback you probably wanted fell to you.
Yep.
I fucking hate him. Isaac, tell us how you feel about the Patriots. He's off for a second. If you're there, Isaac, tell us how you feel about the Patriots. P.S. If anybody's interested, 90s Pandora Rock, Spotify has a 90s rock station on Pandora that is money right now. It's absolute fire. Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, we're good.
I'm good. All right, so I said Farley.
Yep.
We're both wrong. Zaven Collins.
What?
Who the fudge is that?
Where the?
Zaven Collins.
Dude, he's not even...
Number 14 in the best available. Okay.
Wow.
That just moves everything down the board one more. Is there any way that the Vikings trade back to 23 and still get Darisaw? There's no fucking way, right?
Or if he's there, you bet your ass they do.
But there's no way it happens, right? There's no way Darisaw is available at 24. I don't know why I'm whispering.
Let me tell you. Okay, so here's kind of where I am. Remember, like early in the draft, we talked about this. The Vikings were going to trade back.
But the Raiders.
I'm
just at this point at every team that comes up, I'm looking at their tackles now.
That was.
I mean, they could. Yeah.
I did not see that.
I guarantee they get a second round pick back though.
Raiders might go defense here.
Their biggest needs, it says, offensive line, safety, linebacker, defensive line. Oh yeah, they're going defense.
Yeah, this is defense all over the place. I kind of like. I don't even know how to say his name. Owusu.
Joker. Joker.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z guy.
Yep. Osakura Mori or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, their tackles aren't exactly great, but the best safety is still available. Kwity Paye is still available. Jalen Phillips is still available. Joker is still available. Yeah, like there's no way they don't go defense.
Yeah. I have Jeremiah going here.
Yeah. Joker's a good pick here.
Yeah.
Because their middle linebacker on their depth chart on ESPN just has a giant O next to his name.
Yeah.
It's Kwiatkowski, the former Bears star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely taking Joker here.
Yeah. So I think the Cardinals pick was the first big surprise.
What, taking what's his nuts out of left field? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that was the first kind of shocker. As you go through the lines with Sewell, I was kind of shocked at, but not like this. This was
the Lions with Sewell was a shocker though.
That was a shock, but it wasn't like that one was. That like I had to go to my best available to see who this guy was.
Me too. Yeah, number 14.
Yeah.
Because I mean, their offense is good. Like I don't think they need to focus on offensive line because they have people like Ruggs and Renfro and Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Like the only reason you would pick Darisaw here is to make sure Josh Jacobs gets 1,500 yards
and doesn't get hurt.
Because that dude's a bowling ball. Holy crap! He's like Mark Ingram 2.0.
Yeah. This is Joker here.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's just screaming.
After watching the Raiders in Hard Knocks, yeah, this is Joker.
Yeah, especially after watching that.
Because their linebacker core was in shambles. Didn't they have a dude get like suspended? That was like one of their stars on that show.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Well, it's the Raiders.
Jonathan Abram. Yeah, strong side linebacker Jonathan Abram. He just got like suspended or something.
It's the Raiders. Are you shocked?
And they did get Yannick Ngakoue too.
I think if you're on the Raiders, you have to have been suspended once in your career to make it.
And that was when they were in Oakland before they got to Las Vegas.
Okay.
I will say, like, my bucket list is to go to every stadium and like cheer for the home team, basically. Like buy a jersey, like do that kind of a thing.
Did you ever read about the guy? He'd taken like a couple falls off. He's from like Great Britain. Took 2 falls, and went to a home game for every football team in America.
That takes some serious planning, and thousands of dollars. But
and just tailgated with them. Went to every game. Went to the bar.
That's what I want to do.
Everything with them.
Like act like you're from the home crowd.
How he picked his favorite team was the one he had the most fun at.
Legit.
And he ended up picking the Bills.
I knew you were gonna say the Bills.
Yep.
Guess you saw people going through tables, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so the reason I love the Bills, like the guy who owns, I don't know if you're familiar with any of the restaurants in DL, like Hotel Shoreham or anything like that.
I mean, I've been to DL restaurants. I don't know any.
Okay, so there's Hotel Shoreham, Lakeside, Fireside, and Longbridge.
Ooh, Lakeside's so good.
Okay, so Lakeside is owned by Zorba's.
Lakeside's so damn good.
They own another one of those, like a classier place like that in Alexandria called Lure Lake Bar.
Yeah.
The guy who owns that is really good friend of mine. He used to bartend at the Zorba's on Gull Lake. And this year we're gonna go to a Bills game and like all out. Like we're gonna order wrestling singlets, like just go ham. And the real selling point for us was like obviously, I mean, we're gonna party and do all that, but the biggest thing, and I try to explain this to people about the Bills, is like obviously they're just wild and they're fanatics and it's great.
Bills Mafia.
But Bills Mafia, what they do every game, all the money they raise for tailgating gets donated to charity.
Oh. Raiders pick is in, by the way.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with Joker on that.
Yeah, that's not changing.
And what they did, like they donated to different charities and different stuff. And a couple years ago,
well, wasn't it like they made the playoffs and they donated to the quarterback they beats charity to get like something like that?
Yeah, his daughter had cancer. Oh. And they beat the Bengals to get into the playoffs a couple of years ago.
That's what it was. Yep.
And they donated, and it was like $100,000 to her cancer treatment and stuff. And I was like, and ever since then, him and I have been like, dude, we got to do this sometime. And he's just like a partier and loves to do it. I was like, we're in. And we want to go. We want to go when obviously they don't play a team we like. Like I wouldn't go watch them play the Chargers, the Vikings, or something like that.
Watch play the Patriots.
Alex Leatherwood? You took the offensive lineman from the freaking Alabama?
What? That's the pick?
Yeah.
A guard. We might get Darisaw at 23. We might get Darisaw at 20 freaking 3.
Leatherwood isn't even in the top 25 available right now.
No. But he's a guard, and they need a guard. They have tackles, they needed a guard.
He isn't in the top 50 available right now. He probably didn't know he was getting picked.
And here's the thing, even if Darisaw is gone, Tevin Jenkins is not a bad value at 23 either. Now watch they take Rashad Bateman, Minnesota homeboy.
I would. You got to stop saying things like that. What? Okay, so we got Dolphins back on the clock here.
Dolphins, wide receiver, D-line, O-line, running back. I think this is Quiddy.
This is
Quiddy Pay.
This is where he goes.
Or, where did Quiddy Pay go to school?
In Michigan.
Or do they take Jalen Phillips, who's also in Florida? I'm saying Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips is a homer. I'm saying Jalen Phillips.
I think it's Quiddy Pay here.
Jalen Phillips' upside is better. It's just the medical history is what scares you.
Yep.
I'm saying Jalen.
You're saying Jalen?
I said Jalen. He's a Florida guy. And
I got one for you here. This might be where Najee Harris goes off.
No. Not with that defensive value on board. I still think Najee Harris only goes in the first round if the Steelers take him. Like, that's the only landing place I can see in a first round scenario.
Listen, Alex Leatherwood just went to the Raiders. Everything is off the board now.
I know.
There is no logic is out the window now. We are done with logic.
Okay.
This is just strictly like
if I'm looking at who's available and we're looking at wide receiver or D line, those are their two biggest needs.
Yep.
The first options are Quiddy, Jalen, or Elijah Moore from Ole Miss as a receiver. Receiver, I wouldn't throw past him either.
And the thing with Ole Miss, and it's tough to kind of value their wide receivers because so much of the attention gets put on, like...
Who's their quarterback this year?
They actually... TJ, I think, was. That's how... TJ Ash, I think he was their quarterback.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that's why they didn't win anything.
It's hard to tell how good they really are. One, because Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and Florida are just so much better than everybody else that you don't get to really see how good these guys actually are.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know if, like, Elijah Moore could easily turn out to be better than Devontae Smith.
Yes. In the right system, with the right quarterback, right timing, everything can be better.
Yeah, do we know that?
I mean, Stephon Diggs was a fourth rounder, right? Or third rounder, one of the two.
But we never get to see that.
Alex Leatherwood, 60% chance of being available at pick 46. Nobody thought Leatherwood was going.
Okay, Miami took Jalen Phillips.
Got a point back.
Yep.
Now we just need somebody else to take Quiddy Pay, and then we're set for Darisaw.
Yeah, because the Colts and Titans aren't taking linemen.
Washington won't because they just had Chase Young.
No, Washington's not going
Defensive lineman.
Change this.
Hey, take a look at Washington's linebackers.
Well, that's one of their needs is linebackers. Offensive line, linebackers, tight end, safety, quarterback. Ooh, no. This is the only place I could see Trask coming in at this point. But no,
and I don't think Washington makes that. I don't think somebody makes that move.
I think
I love Joker here.
I do too.
Love him.
But who are their tackles? This could very well be Darisaw.
What if this is where the Vikings just use that ammo to trade back up, and then we just have that extra 3rd round pick?
I'm fine with it, but their tackles. Jaron Christian Sr. and Morgan. Yeah, this is Darisaw if they don't trade it. Yeah. This is Darisaw.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with Darisaw.
But then we take Tevin Jenkins, and then we get back for Radins, and make one of them play guard.
I think it's a win for us as long as we can get 2 of those linemen. It doesn't matter which combo it is.
Or it could be Radins is just available, and we just take him there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm okay with Radins. The dude is a mauler.
That's what I love him. Like I said, that's
a value pick, is what that is. That's what we'll call it. So I don't think anybody's taken Radins before us, because they were at NDSU's pro day. Remember that when I texted you and you were like, "Fuck." They're gonna take Radins. They're taking if Darisaw is gone. If Darisaw is gone before 23, they're taking Radins if he's still available. Lock that in. Write that down.
I personally think this is Darisaw. I think Darisaw goes here.
Me too.
Especially, it's a position of need, and it's best player available.
But
we just saw two of the 3 picks before this were just crazy, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, like maybe this is Tevin Jenkins. Like we're me too. We're in that part of the draft now, where it's all coin flips.
This is where did you fall in love with somebody?
Yes. Like top 10, it's because you've been focused on them from the get-go, and it is a dire need. If there's any way that the Vikings pull Radins in, though, because they loved him at his pro day, because it sounds like they did, I'm fine with that. And then they package 4 3rd-rounders and 2 4th-rounders and get back up with, like, the Steelers or somebody. I don't know.
Secondly, does Washington have a team name yet?
No, I think the Washington football team is what they're just sticking with right now, I think. And I'm fine with that. I actually kind of like it.
I think it's hilarious, first off.
Yep.
Love it. You're kind of trolling
It's like a college team. Yeah.
You're kind of just trolling the rest of the NFL and be like, listen, this is what we're going to call ourselves. And if you lose to the Washington football team, that's embarrassing.
Fitzmagic is their starting quarterback. And Taylor Heineke.
I kind of want to be I might jump on the Redskins bandwagon this year.
I would too. It's any team Fitzmagic is on.
Yeah.
I'm cheering for. I'm very mad that we didn't take Fitzmagic in Denver as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fitzmagic in Mile High, just chucking it 60 yards to Cortland Sutton. Oh my God.
Also, where the Broncos, I think Judy is going to figure it out. It's not
it wasn't Judy that was the problem. It is Drew Lock that's the problem.
But I mean, Judy had a lot of drops early on too.
He did.
But Judy's too good to not get that figured out. When you're that open, you're just going to work it out.
All right. I am up by 2 points in the ESPN Draft Challenge. The only thing I've gotten wrong is who will be the first defensive player picked. And it was J.C. Horn, not Patrick Surtain.
Okay, so you're up by 2 in that.
You're up by 1 in our actual picks.
Yep.
And I'm up by 2 in the draft challenge.
Okay.
Because you, TJ, and Shane are all 3 and 3.
Okay.
Washington pick is in. Okay, so what are we locking in here?
I'm in for Darisaw. I have to be.
It's like, what do I... Yeah, they're not taking defensive end because they have Chase Young and Montez Sweat. It's got to be Darisaw.
The only other route they go
is
linebacker, maybe, and take Joker. Maybe.
Ooh, that's actually John Bostic, Josh Harvey Clemens, and Joker. Yeah.
I'm still on Darisaw.
I think they're not going to invest in their offensive line until they have somebody they know they want to protect.
That's a very valid point.
You know, I'm gonna try and get a point back here. I'm just gonna say Joker, because the past 3 picks have gone crazy.
I'm pretty sure my draft board has been better than Mel Kiper's or Todd McShay's so far.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
If there's only one mocker I listen to, that's Daniel Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's awesome. And actually...
I actually expected him to get hired as the Broncos GM.
Pro Football Focus usually does pretty well on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty solid. Kuiper and Mashay are just personalities, honestly.
They were good 20 years ago. Okay, so I said Joker, and you said Darisaw. I'm trying to get a point back. If I have to do... Like, if I have to take a shot at the end of the night because of this, I don't really care.
In my heart, I want him to take Joker. I love him to take.
Me too, because this is like the only like actual offensive line threat we have left. But still, then Tevin Jenkins and Radins, like it doesn't matter.
The Giants might take an offensive lineman. So.
Center, maybe Landon Dickerson.
Brady, you should try out.
And fuck, I'd be better than half the people on the Vikings offensive line.
Jesus Christ, I would be better, and I'm 100 pounds less. Okay.
Yeah, the Giants have nobody. The Giants have nobody at depth chart.
Jay Davis?
Who the fuck is Jamin Davis?
What the inside linebacker from Kentucky. Okay, they went with the position you thought.
So that's a half a point. Okay,
this guy's got a star next to his name for some reason though.
Half a point. Steroids?
No, what does star denote?
So what was it? Jamin Davis, star.
Oh, that's who just got drafted. That pick. Okay. Off ball linebacker, good length.
I had the right position. That's a half a point.
He's not a good pass defender, though.
They don't need a good pass defender when they have Chase Young and Montez Sweat.
This was drafted specifically on potential.
All right, who's next? Giants.
If Darisaw gets past here, Vikings.
This is Joker.
Yeah.
This is Joker or Darisaw. And I'm going Joker because their defense is, I think, what lost them a few games outside of Saquon being injured. But yeah,
you can kind of take running back off the need just because Saquon's going to be back. So you kind of X that out to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Wide receiver, there isn't a wide receiver good enough to value there.
Elijah Moore or Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman, I guarantee it is going to be a Packer at the end of this night.
Yeah. I think you're looking more D-line or linebacker here.
Okay, who are their edges? Leonard Williams.
Okay,
and Dexter Lawrence.
Okay, D-line's out then. You have Leonard Williams.
This is Joker.
Do I play for the win here and just agree with you on every pick so you have to drink?
That's kind of a dick move, but...
I'm kind of a dick, so...
Remember when we got, like, hammered before TJ's wedding in the car?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, I'm sorry, chat. It wasn't in the car. It was just in transportation to the wedding when we ripped, like, 4 shots at 10 a.m.
Listen, that's the only way I've done every wedding I've ever been in.
And we were the ushers. Just keep that in mind.
I was the best man at my brother's wedding. It was wasted before the wedding. I got a funny story about that after the week. Okay, I'm with you honestly on.
Hey, remember when you didn't come to my wedding because you were going to a St. Cloud hockey game?
Dude, that fucking blew, man. And it was, like, she was real sick for like the first 8 months we were dating, and then went crazy.
Andre 3000.
Yeah, like she was super fun, and then all of a sudden she just went off the deep end.
Because she was a a Tinder girlfriend. What do you expect?
She was actually super sick. Like she
was cool, yeah. But I could see that, like when Andrea and Andrea gave us rides back to town from Oxbow, they were at Andrea when we got back. Andrea's like, yeah, there's something up with her.
Yeah, she turned into a crazy one. It's usually how it works out.
Okay, so Giants offense right here. 31st in yards and points and receptions. They only had 12 receiving touchdowns last year?
Oof.
This is offense. This isn't line. This is receiver.
I'm going Bateman here.
Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. You're going Rashad Bateman.
Hmm?
I'm going Elijah.
So you hear great stories. So my brother got married a couple of years ago, and my family's ultra Catholic, other than me, and
Obviously.
yeah, right. And we're having like I don't even know what you call it, just like a meeting with the pastor and stuff. And he's like,
I was about to say something that I remembered I'm on the internet. Not doing
like,
that.
all of a sudden he's like, and if anybody shows up drunk and just looks right at me, like just
My brother's pastor did that.
like right at me. He had never met me before. He just knew like I was gonna be the one who did it. The wedding is off. And everybody's just like laughing because obviously clearly I'm the only one who was going
Okay,
to.
Quiddy Pay, not looking happy, so it's not him.
Okay.
His entire family was stone faced.
Back on top. I think this I'm sticking with Bateman.
I'm going Elijah. Elijah Moore. Ole Miss, because there's no way New York is going to take somebody from Minnesota.
No, definitely not.
Like the Packers. Like Rashad Bateman, in my mind, is going to end up a Packer. Like there's nothing you can say to change my mind. Unless New York takes him right here.
That'd be awesome if they did, just because you said that, by the way.
Fuck them then. Even though they did lead the greatest upset in the Super Bowl history against the Patriots. I do like the Giants. Like, it's just a team I like. Like, all these OG teams I do like. Also, Little Giants, one of my favorite movies ever. So
classic. For you younger generation, if you are watching this and you haven't watched Little Giants, you're missing out.
And it will remind you of a simpler time when me and Robby were kids, and life was awesome.
That was a long time ago, for those of you guys who were wondering.
Yeah, it was like 80 years ago, feels like.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
I think the reason I hate the Giants, I don't hate them, I just don't like them, is because Eli Manning was such a punk about not wanting to go to the Chargers.
Yeah,
Because he forced his way. I mean, and don't get me wrong, ultimately worked out for the Chargers because they literally ended up with Tomlinson and Phillip Rivers out of the deal, and Sean Merriman. So it's like, whatever.
How he did it was a dick move.
Yeah.
But can you blame? I mean, Drew Brees did the same thing. Okay, so I'm saying Elijah. You're saying Bateman.
Yep.
Okay, so
Because that's part of the thing. Daniel Jones, is it Sterling Shepard, their tight end, or whatever?
for what?
Who's the tight end for the Giants again?
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. Other than that, he has nobody to throw to.
Yeah, because Odell's gone, Golden Tate's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who? Giants depth chart. Okay, receiver starters. Oh, they got Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, and Darius Slayton.
Okay, they do have Sterling Shepard. Okay, I think.
But if Sterling Shepard is your wide receiver one and you just signed Galladay, I think you're still signing a receiver. Or picking a receiver.
It was receiver. Fuck, we were wrong. It was Kadarius Toney.
Florida?
Oh, yeah, this dude's a stud. He's like... So I'm a big Gators fan, obviously.
I know, you and TJ are BFFs. That makes sense.
Kadarius Toney is like Dante... If anybody is watching this who remembers Dante Hall from back in the day... With
Dude, we are so close to getting Darrisaw at 23.
Kadarius Toney is Dante Hall 2.0.
Yeah.
Just the human joystick. This dude just can't...
Oh,
shit.
Colts might go tackle here to protect Carson Wentz.
They're not going linebacker. I'll tell you that.
All right, I'll swap this out for Colts.
Yeah, they're not going linebacker. They have Darius Leonard.
This is Darrisaw.
I don't think this is Darius.
This is Darrisaw. I've never heard of their tackles. Sam Tevy and Braden Smith. Let me just look at pass blocking grade.
I'm going to go pee quick. This could be Caleb Farley, by the way.
Offensive line rankings. Oh, Colts are number 7. They're not taking that. Chat, what do I do? Tennessee's not taking a tackle. Colts aren't taking a tackle. Are we really gonna get Darrisaw at 23? Is this really freaking happening? I think it is. I think it is, chat. If I'm wrong, tell me. But if this happens, Spielman made the move of the draft. Oh. No. No. This ain't going to happen. Nope. This ain't going to happen. There's no way we're getting Darrisaw at 23. Colts were the number 7 rated offensive line. They're not taking Darrisaw.
I'm calling Caleb Farley here.
Yeah, let's bring up their here. Cornerbacks. They signed Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, with Christian Fulton. Who the hell is that guy? So D-line.
So no tight end obviously is available nowhere. Did you know there hasn't been a pass rusher taken yet in the draft?
Ooh.
This is a D. I think they're going D end here.
Jeffrey Simmons and Danico Autry. Yeah, this could be Quiddy Pay. No, Jalen Phillips is taking. What are you talking about?
Yeah. This is Quiddy Pay or
This is
Caleb
Quiddy Pay.
Farley.
This is Quiddy Pay.
I'm praying to God it's one of those two, by the way.
Me too.
Because Tennessee's not going to take a lineman.
No. That's what I'm saying. If we get Darrisaw,
Taylor
like,
Lewan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Quiddy Pay.
Yeah.
All over it.
I think we're on the same page on that one. Danico Autry. But they run 3-4. They're a 3-4 defense. Do you put Quiddy Pay at a 5-tech and just call him a defensive end?
Okay, if first off, they're a 3-4 defense, Joker becomes way more valuable here.
Middle linebacker. Okay, so the Harold Landry, Rashad Evans,
Darius Leonard.
Quiddy Pay or Joker. We've said Joker for like 4 picks in a row.
But with them being a 3-4 defense, having dominant middle inside linebackers is a massive deal.
Yeah, Joker's the pick.
Oofta, man. Because Quiddy Pay's not like a big guy.
No, he's just talented.
Yep.
Like he like at this point, anybody who gets him is going to get value because people were saying he could go as early as 9. But yeah.
How is Joker just not off the board yet?
How is Christian Darrisaw not off the board yet?
I'm going Joker here.
Yeah. I'm only down 1 point. I don't want to get too far behind. I'm not going to go risky. Yeah, I'm taking Joker.
Pick is in.
Joker.
Okay. Oh, did Parsons cry when he jumped in his arms?
What? Yeah. What was the over/under? I said 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. And we've only got one so far.
That we can see. We haven't really been paying attention.
No, we know. Well, ESPN has a deal like ticking with like everybody where they've gotten picked. And so Trey Lance is the only one so far.
There's no fucking way we get Darrisaw at 23, right?
Oh, there is.
I'm pre-pouring the celebration or disappointment shot when we take a fucking safety. $10 we say we take more or you get 22 or 23.
I'd be done.
I'm done.
The stream would end.
We're going to war zone after that.
Yeah. Parsons didn't cry, darn. No. Thought we had another one.
Russell Wilson. Oh, that's right. He won Walter Payton.
Yep.
I love Russell Wilson. I really do. Like if I ever move to, I'm not gonna say where I work publicly, but headquarters, like I would easily be a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
If he stays.
All right, come on, just.
I almost poured vodka all over my keyboard. Oops. Pick is in. We're both like the Joker, right?
Yep. I'm committed. I'm committed to that for sure. We're getting too. The crazy thing is,
we are not trading back into the first. I think we're trading back in the second round. We're not getting another first round pick. There's no way.
I think I would love us to. This. Oh. Because ESPN has offensive tackle as a need for the Colts.
Mm-hmm. But they were also the 7th-rated offensive line last year from ESPN.
Yeah. Oh, even Pat McAfee's losing viewers now.
Well, I mean,
it's where we pick up our viewers.
Yeah, everybody just come this way.
Bring them on over.
I should put Pat McAfee in the tags.
Dude, that's all like all these guys do for big streams is just have the right tags.
Mm-hmm.
Please take Joker here. Because Pittsburgh...
Is that Tony Dungy? Sitting in the chair.
Oh, they did take Quiddy Pay. Okay.
They took Quiddy Pay?
Yep.
Oh, update right there, yeah.
Yep.
We're getting Darisaw at 23.
If we get Darisaw at 23, this might be one of the greatest...
One of the greatest maneuvers Spielman has ever done.
Spielman has made.
Okay, let's check Twitter. I know Vikings Twitter has got to be starting to like flip.
And I know they have Tennessee with technically a needed offensive tackle, but it's right tackle. They're not going to. I think this is where Morg or Farley go.
So if Darisaw or Jenkins are guaranteed to be there at 23, and Pretty Ricky trades down again, do we riot? That's the first tweet I see.
I'm going Caleb Farley here.
Okay, what we got here? Who are we on again? Titans?
Titans. I'm going Caleb Farley.
Let's check their depth chart.
It's Caleb Farley or Morg for me. I'm not sure which one.
Josh Reynolds, Cameron Batson are their receivers. Oh, they have AJ Brown. That's right. Never mind. Yeah. I'm going Morg. I'm going safety. I'm going
Farley here.
Because they're safe. They have Kevin Byard as their free safety, and then some dude named Amani Hooker as their strong safety. So, yeah, I'm going.
Like my kind of guy.
I'm going Morg here.
Who are their linebackers? You got the depth chart up.
Linebackers: Harold Landry, Jayden Brown, Rashawn Evans, and Bud Dupree. So 2 out of the 4 I've heard of.
Yeah. Bud Dupree's a stud, too.
Yeah. Wasn't he on the Steelers for a while?
Yeah, he got hurt at the end of last year, though. That's when the Steelers kind of took that downhill slide.
Yep.
I think Farley lead. This is Farley or Morg for me. I'm just taking Farley.
I mean, they have Janoris Jenkins. And Christian Fulton. Like, they just picked that guy, too. And they're doing okay. What?
Oh, you mean last year when they took him?
Yeah, I think Christian Fulton. That name is super familiar.
Well, there's Christian Fulton and there's Will Fuller.
Christian Fulton. Yeah, they took him last year in the second round.
Okay.
And he's got 1 interception. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're set on corner. I'm saying Morg here. All right, I'm gonna pee quick.
They're trying to trade this. Come on, Vikings. Pick is in. Who do we got? Pick is in. Pick is in.
All right, I'm back.
It's in. And it's been taking forever for them to show it to us.
Oh. But do we trust them to take Darisaw at 23? I don't trust them for shit.
We got for update.
And I said Morik here, didn't I? What did I say? Okay. Oh, the Vikings are just waiting.
Praying.
Yeah.
Caleb Farley.
Caleb
Yes.
Farley.
Yes for the point, and yes for the Vikings having a chance at Darisaw here to not mess this up. I mean, we're both committed to Darisaw. There's no questions about it.
I think it might be Tevin Jenkins.
I'm emotionally committed to Darisaw.
At this point in the night. Are we cutting it? Are we turning it off after the Vikings pick? Are we doing that?
They don't even have offensive tackle listed as a position of need for us. They have inside linebacker listed as a position in need. ESPN. Who are you people? You really think inside linebacker?
Offensive line is the first thing on the thing I pulled from them.
Oh, I'm on ESPN right now, and their needs are defensive end, guard, center, safety, inside linebacker.
Yeah, they don't know about it.
You guys are idiots. Absolute idiots. If this isn't Christian Darrisaw, we're done streaming for the night.
Even if this is Christian Darrisaw, I think we might be done streaming for the night.
Just mind blowing. I will fight everybody if this isn't Christian Darrisaw.
Or if we trade back again to like 30, I'm gonna fight everybody. I think we should just call it after the Vikings.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Because it's like another 2 hours after this still. Or hour and a half. And I got a baby.
I swear to Christ, Brady.
Well, either way, I'm taking my shot right now.
All right, cheers.
It's either going to be celebration or disappointment. Please tell me the pick is in and they didn't trade back.
Somebody should just be sprinting to the microphone like Christian Darrisaw and then run away.
Yeah.
This should be like when the Pacers drafted Reggie Miller. Just get up there, say the name, and get that.
I'm fighting people if they take Morig.
If they take Morig, we riot.
Oh, you and TJ caught up with the pick. What did I just get wrong? Oh, I said Rashad Bateman would be the first receiver. Or out of either Rashad, Terrace, Darius, or Elijah. The pick is in.
Okay, that was fast.
Darrisaw. Has to be Darrisaw. Gotta be Darrisaw. Gotta be Darrisaw. Who are the top guards available? Like,
first off, how can the Vikings, if they disappoint us in the offseason, to anybody, I don't care if there's one person watching this or a million people watching this. If they don't take Darrisaw, I hope you can feel our pain. I really do.
No, Joker is still available.
I will fucking fight you, Brady.
I'm not the one you're gonna have to fight when Zimmer takes Joker or Morig over Darrisaw.
I will fight you for bringing that up.
Najee Harris, right here.
Oh my God! I would go fight Isaac in Dallas. Hey, Big Najee Harris. I'm driving to Dallas tomorrow and fighting him.
Yeah, chat, we're going to cut it after this one. I need to get some sleep.
That is... Just do the right thing. Once in your life.
Pick a franchise tackle at the draft. Stop relying on free agents to fill these gaps.
Never heard of one. You want to know why there's no good free agent tackles? Because they're already locked into the deals.
Or they're getting paid $20 million a year.
Yeah.
Like Trent Williams, who we should have signed last year.
Mm-hmm. ESPN shouldn't be allowed to put anything out. Ever. Ever. Best fit, Morig. You are an idiot.
Oh, F off. Because Anthony Harris is gone?
Anthony Harris was not good.
Last year he wasn't. He was ball hawk before that, but...
And Darrisaw just sounds like he'd be an offensive lineman.
He's going to saw him in half.
Like, sounds like he's an a-hole.
Oh my gosh. Vikings Twitter is just on pins and needles right now. Zimmer's war room in his Kentucky lodge.
Shut up. Come on. Anytime it takes this long once the pick is in, it's just like, you're an idiot. Like, this is bad.
Wait, there's Zimmer there.
Thank God. Thank God.
What? It's in?
Thank God. We took Darius out.
Oh my God.
Thank God. You did not mess this up.
We moved back 9 spots and still got him. Does Spielman get the steal of, like, the GM of the night move?
Thank God.
And there he is. Guard is so much of an easier spot to fill than tackle. And we got arguably second or depending on what board you look at, second or third rated tackle in the entire draft at 23. If I didn't have 2 sleeping children right now, I would be yelling and screaming.
Thank you.
6'5", 314. That dude's a mountain.
Thank you for getting this right, Vikings.
All right, let's look at the film. Oh my gosh. Just threw that guy down like it was nothing. Yeah. We got our guy. Are you orgasming right now, or what's going on?
Thinking about it. Thinking about it. We did something right.
And now let's see if we wake up and see if they trade it back in. But there's no interior lineman worth trading up for the first round. Unless you take Landon Dickerson and move Garrett Bradbury to guard. I don't know.
Or you just trade back in early in the second and just move Radin as a guard.
Because the next interior guard, I'll say, rated is number 61 overall, so late second round.
Yeah.
Next center is Landon Dickerson at 45. Yeah. So I think you come back in the second and you get him or Creed Humphreys. Oh, that's center. Never mind. Wyatt Davis, Ohio State, not bad. He's projected at 82. All right.
I think if we get an early pick, Barrymore would be an awesome fit.
Barmore?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, for what? For like those third downs when we put Tomlinson in at the nose tackle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose rotational. All right, chat. That's it. We are calling it now because...
before we do this, you know who's still there?
Joker.
Gregory Rousseau.
Drafts this weekend had him in late 20s.
Yep.
After he was mocked to the Vikings for like 3 weeks straight. So,
yeah.
All right, chat. We will be back probably tomorrow. Do something. I don't know.
Tomorrow, if I do, I'll be late. I'll be a little bit late. I close tomorrow.
Oh, not for the draft. I'm talking about just like Warzone or something. So
during the day, I will definitely be on making some questionable decisions.
Yay! Okay, bye.
I'll be making